This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Livestream Network is a violation of the law.
Hi there, this is Joey Pauley, third generation owner of Pauley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savored. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Pauley's in downtown Grinnell.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
A very pleasant good evening, everyone. Welcome to TT Cranny Field High School football tonight on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. The Tigers hosting the Washington Demons in the last non-district game of the 2024 football season. I'm Chris Juni, alongside Dan Walker, Lori Walker, camera person Cody Flowers. Glad to have you with us on a very warm, sticky, and very still Friday night for high school football. So we have we're going to start our broadcast this year with the Build a Better Grinnell community, and we have committee, not community. That is a community thing. So we have Barb Baker to tell us about it. And Barb, thank you first of all for being with us. And I guess plain and simple, what is the Build a Better Grinnell committee? What have you been doing the last few years?
Well, thanks, Chris and Dan. I'm very happy to be here. So the Build a Better Grinnell Community Visioning Project has been going on for over 2 years. We started with the vision of listening to the community, gathering their ideas, their hopes, and their visions for our future for 10 years and beyond. So now, after 2 years of all of that work, we're ready to share the results and talk to the community about how we can work together to build a better future.
And we just had it up there on our screen. We have a slide up there. But why don't you tell folks you're having a get-together, community get-together at the Drake Community Library. Tell us about that.
We are. So after all the work we've done, we really want to celebrate this information and share it with the community. So the Build a Better Grinnell project is hosting a community info session and celebration, and it will be on Tuesday, September 24th, so this coming Tuesday night from 6 to 8 p.m. We don't want to keep people any longer than that. We'll be at the Drake Community Library, and we invite all of the listeners and anybody in the community that has an interest in Grinnell to join us that evening.
And you have some of the best things. The two words that start with F that really make it good. It's free, and there'll be some light food or light refreshments, right?
It's free, and there are refreshments. There will also be some giveaways, so you won't walk away hungry or empty-handed.
There you go. And I know of all the ideas that come about, you and the committee have kind of got it down to about 7, so why don't you tell us what those are?
Sure, Chris. So just a little bit of preface to tell you who's on the community. It's made up of over 20 community organizations, foundations, the college, Grinnell Mutual, a lot of businesses have chipped in. But we've interviewed people for the last 2 years. We've had lots of phases going on. So the 7 key areas that the community members have identified and would really like to have some improvement seen would be, first of all, increasing our variety of restaurants, enhancing our K-12 schools and infrastructure, improving the quality of our drinking water, expanding access to mental health care services, improving our roads and road maintenance. We'd like to reduce racism in our community, and there's a need to address the higher wages. There is a need for higher wages or lowering the cost of living within the community. So those are the 7 things that community members consistently identified. They're not the only things that they identified, but we just wanted to focus on the ones that rose to the top most often.
And it sounds like you want this to be a very much interactive and people to come and participate, and you're going to break them off and they can pick an area they feel strongly about and go have a discussion. Is that essentially it?
That is true. So what we want to do is just talk a little bit about each of these 7 issues, how we came up with the ideas, and it wasn't actually the committee, but all the people who chipped in, whether they filled out a survey, whether they came to focus groups, or whether they just told us on the street that's what they were interested in. So from those key themes, we want to have anybody who is in the community, either lives here or works here, receives services in the community, to come and learn more about the issues. And then at some point, yes, we would like people who really have an interest in one or more of these issues to form their own committees. So we'll kind of direct that initial project, and then we'll move into letting the community members see what they can do, come up with some ideas on how we can make these improvements.
All right. Well, Barb, thank you much for your time. Again, the meeting time is this coming Tuesday. It's on our screen there. You also have a website. Why don't you mention that in case people want more information?
Yep. If you want more information to read more about some of these issues and remember the date on Tuesday, September 24th, you can visit buildabettergrinnell.org.
All right. Well, Barb Baker, thank you much for your time. Barb Baker, Build a Better Grinnell Committee. And again, the meeting this Tuesday, September 24th, 6 to 8 p.m. at the Drake Community Library. It's free. There'll be some light food. Come enjoy, and let's make Grinnell better.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. That's Barb Baker from that committee. Thank you for your time. And we will get right into our Cirques Financial Services pregame. We'll take this 30-second break, come back and hear from the Washington Demon coach on our Cirques Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 Fifth Avenue, Grinnell.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, our Cirques Financial Services pregame is continuing, and we did talk to both coaches. And first up, we're going to talk to the Washington Demon head football coach, Kelly Williams, and hear what he had to say on our Tiger Sports Livestream Cirques Financial Services pregame show. On our Tiger Sports Livestream Network pregame show with the Washington Demon head coach, Kelly Williams. And coach, first of all, congratulations, coming in 3-0 undefeated on the season. They say teams get better with each game, especially between the first and second. What growth have you seen in your team from that first game to the last game, and that now puts you at 3-0?
So what we've focused on Saturdays is just more just fixing the demons, not so much on the next opponent. It's kind of what we've done on Saturday mornings. We'll bring our kids in. We'll do a little shakeout. We feed them breakfast, then we watch some film. We close the book on that previous week. And then, right, they're high school kids, so we let them go out and watch college football on Saturday, and then hopefully watch some NFL on Sunday. And that's our family day, and so we get to spend time with their families. And then we hit the ground running Monday with weights, and then start installing for that next week. So I'm pretty happy with the players and the community support that we've had and the coaches. And so just exciting things going on right now.
Logan McDowell is a senior quarterback for you, has a lot of experience under his belt, big, tall kid. What have you seen in Logan this year that has really made him step up? And because I see obviously he's your passing leader at your quarterback, he also is one of your leading rushers, if not the leading rusher. What have you seen in Logan from last year to this year that's really made him jump up to that senior leadership?
So we've had senior leadership class. We've actually added some of our freshmen, added a couple sophomores and juniors into that class, and we've done that through our baseball season. Try not to step on baseball's toes. Once they were done, we met with them once a week, and Logan's really taken that role on as a leader, as more of a vocal leader. I would say last year he was a leader more by example, kind of a quiet leader. This year he's getting better at being more vocal about it. So it's always, as a first year head coach, it's always nice that you got a quarterback that's got some experience, and you got a running back that's got experience as well. And then you look at our wide receiver room there, you got 4 seniors there. So it's always nice as a first year head coach that you've got that depth. So
this week's opponent, the Grinnell Tigers, also coming in at 3-0, and you've had a chance to look at the huddle film when you do the film exchange. What are one or two things that jump off the film, the tape, as it were, that you notice about the Grinnell Tigers?
Well, it starts up front with their offensive line. They do a really nice job of getting off the ball. They're very physical, and then you move into their backfield. You got a senior quarterback with Brady. He is an awesome athlete. He's a multi-sport athlete. So it's what you look for in your quarterback. Looks like a leader. I got a chance to watch him in some baseball games as well. And then you move to the backfield with Josh. He's just a sophomore, but does some really nice things back there for you guys. Also has got eight receptions. He's tied with the most receptions. So he's a dynamic guy out of the backfield. And then your receiver Brock. One thing that I've noticed with Brock is he will get after you at that slot receiver. If you're slacking a little bit, he will get his hands on you, and he's not afraid to get a holding penalty every now and then. Just kind of set the tone early in the game, and I like that as a defensive guy. I like guys like that. So very well coached. They've always has been. It's a great environment to play in Grinnell. It's going to be a great test for us.
And, you're looking at the film and looking at your makeup, your roster makeup, and the Grinnell roster makeup. Is it safe to say it's almost like mirror images? I mean, big tall quarterbacks. Both teams like to play physical. It's going to come down to that, just almost like looking in the mirror, is it not?
It definitely. Like I think both sides of us have some speed. We've got some big guys up front on both sides. We got dynamic running backs. Our quarterbacks, like you said, are a mirror image, other than just a little bit of weight on probably for Brock, just a little bit more weight for him. But it's going to be a fun atmosphere Friday night. So
as it usually does, these big games like this, two teams 3-0 trying to set the tone and go into their district season. What is a game like this going to come down to? Obviously, you can say execution and turnovers, but is there any other intangibles that something like this, a game like this, could come down to?
Well, at some point both teams are going to have some adversity. We've had some each time this in the first 3 weeks. There's been some point in the game that there's going to be some adversity. And thankfully for us, we've been able to rally behind each other. And I think there's going to be no question. There's going to be some adversities on both sides. Both sides are going to make some plays. And like you said, it's going to come down to turnovers and then who wins that up front. It's all going to start up front on both sides of the ball. It always does. Just looking for an exciting night on Friday night.
All right, well, Coach, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate it. And good luck tonight. 3-0 Washington versus 3-0 Grinnell. Looking forward to a great game. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me, and hope everybody travels safe. And hopefully we get a big crowd from Washington. Thank you for your time.
All right, that's Washington Demon head coach Kelly Williams on our Grinnell Tiger Sports Livestream Network pregame show. All right, that was Washington Demon head football coach Kelly Williams on our Source Financial Services pregame. Now time to hear from the Grinnell Tiger head coach Adam Haydenfeld as our Source Financial Services pregame continues here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Our pregame show. All right, Grinnell Tiger. Congratulations on that. Really put a good score up against Oskaloosa, and somewhat a surprise, the way you did that. But I think your kids are hitting on all cylinders and really focused and dialed in for that game.
Well, yeah, it's you come by time at home on the year, and playing against an opponent that there's a lot of history with, between the two schools. I think it was the 115th time, Oski and Grinnell have played football, and that's certainly one our guys wanted, and we're fired up for. And thought they did a nice job for the most part of kind of channeling that emotion and channeling what we were trying to do into positive things. And we started getting a nice special teams play with the punt down inside the 5, or tackled inside the 5, and start with a defensive touchdown. And it's always a good place to start from, and then just kind of hit the ground running from there. And I thought it was one of those things where we just kind of got better as the night went along, which is always fun to see.
This week we turn our attention to the last non-district game of the season. 3-0 Washington Demons come up to TT Cranny tonight. And in looking at the film, it's almost, I would say, maybe looking like a mirror image of the Tigers. Big quarterback, big physical team. How do you see that matchup tonight?
Yeah, I think you're a pretty accurate assessment there. I think they're a dangerous football team in that, they've shown the ability to be a really big play, explosive offense. They got a quarterback completing 75% of his passes, and they were able to really get their running game going last week against Fairfield. So it's an explosive team offensively that we're going to have to make sure we are dialed in and reading our keys defensively and being where we're supposed to be. And then defensively, they've generated 8 sacks through three games on the year. So some big interceptions, some fumble recoveries. They're a big play defensive unit too. So, they're going to be their gap sound. They're going to get lined up, and they're going to get after it. And they've returned the kick for a touchdown in the kicking game. So they've shown the ability to score on all sides of the ball, and they're a veteran unit. I think they've got 7 guys back, the starters on offense and 8 on defense, and they got a lot of guys that have played a lot of football, and they're a really confident group right now. I'm sure coming in at 3-0 and three games where they found a way to win ball games and grind out victories at the end. So we really focus with our guys on, we got to be ready to go from the opening kick. And I think a big key for us tonight is going to be get off to a fast start. The faster we can start, we'll be more comfortable that way. And maybe we put a little pressure on them that they maybe haven't, felt early in a game yet this season.
And Coach, they always talk about how games like this between evenly matched teams, any football game, comes down to the battle of the trenches, offensive and defensive line. Is this something when the teams are so evenly matched that maybe you look into changing up blocking schemes or just switching up some things, or you just tell your guys to line up and go get them?
Yeah, we're going to line up and do what we do. I think, there's a little bit of that every week. As far as game plan stuff goes, you see some things you can maybe think you can attack, and you get into a game, and then see if your thinking matches up with the results you're getting or not, or what you got to change up on the fly. But but really for us, we're in week 4 now. As I said, wrapping up the non-district season, and we've got to know who we are as a football team, and we're going to line up and do the things that has led us to be successful to this point so far. And we just hopefully, we talk about just being the best version of ourselves every time out. Hopefully we're cleaning things up a little bit more every week, and we're a cleaner and crisper unit on both sides of the ball. And we just keep good things happening, by doing that and focusing on us and making sure we're cleaning up our operation each week.
I think you may just have addressed that a little bit, but one of the things that happens, of course, you're 3-0, you're getting some rankings, and people are starting to talk, and different people around town and talking to the players. And so, as a coach, I know there's so much you can do, but what else can be done to help keep the team? Not that they need it, but just to help keep your team grounded and, as you said, focused on what we do and just playing our type of football.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of that just comes with having a mature football team. We've got some guys that have been in some pretty positive positions for us over the last couple of years. And so some have been in some situations where we wish we would have got a different result. So just having been through things in the past and knowing, momentum and then, how things go can change just so quickly. athletics in general, but especially in football. That's helped us, stay focused on just the idea that, we never want to feel like we've arrived, right? We feel good about being 3-0, but at the end of the day, a 3-0 start doesn't get you anything at the end of the year. It's about continuing to show up week in and week out and continuing to strive for, like I mentioned earlier, let's be the best version of ourselves. And, tomorrow or tonight against Washington is our next opportunity to prove that. And, if we're trying to build to be a championship level program, and, for us to kind of get there, and that's, to get, put ourselves with other programs that have aspired to that and that have accomplished that. It's really buying into our best performance is always going to be our next one. And you do that by taking care of the things you can control on a daily and a weekly basis. And then, and it's showing up and controlling that. So, we're excited about just this next chance to test ourselves against, like you said, a Washington team who's also 3-0, and one of these sides is going to walk off the field tonight feeling pretty good about things and rolling in district play undefeated, and one of them's going to maybe be saying, "Oh, we wish we would have cleaned that up, or we could have done this." And our whole focus is on making sure we take care of the things that we can control in that aspect of it, so we can feel good walking off the field.
All right, well, Coach, thank you so much for your time again. Congratulations on the 3-0 start, and look forward to seeing a great game tonight, Grinnell, Washington, and we'll talk to you on the Tiger Sports live stream post-game. Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, sounds great, Chris. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
That's Grinnell head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports live stream network pregame show. All right, that is the Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Cirques Financial Services pregame. We are about 8 or so minutes away from kickoff here. We'll take this break, take a 1-minute break for our sponsors, and then we'll come back and have some stats and more pregame as our Cirques Financial Services pregame continues on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. Committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for dairy.
Back here at TT Cranier Field, getting set for our high school football game. Grinnell Tigers hosting the Washington Demons from down in Southeast Iowa, a little less than 2-hour drive from here. Last non-district game, both teams coming into this game 3-0. The Demons, as we heard, coached by Keller Williams, they are 3-0. They beat Fairfield 34-26 last Friday. And Grinnell Tigers are also 3-0, beating Oskaloosa 43-0 last Friday. And you heard in our pregame, both coaches talk about when they look at the film of each other's teams, it's like looking in a mirror. Both Grinnell and Washington are big physical teams. They like to get physical. They like to run the ball. And going to come down to execution, as they talked about, and other things in our pregame. The Washington Demons are led by Logan McDowell, a senior quarterback. He's completing 75% of his passes. He's 27 out of 36 for 242 yards and 3 touchdowns. He also has rushed for 82 yards and scored a touchdown. Grinnell Tiger quarterback, of course, is senior Brady Coffin. He is 28 out of 46 for 440 yards and 8 touchdowns. He's rushed for 184 yards and 1 touchdown. Leading rusher for the Demons is also the quarterback, Logan McDowell. He has 36 carries for 82 yards, as you said, and 1 touchdown. Same thing for Grinnell. Leading rusher for the Tigers, senior quarterback Brady Coffin, 30 carries for 184 yards and 1 touchdown. Receivers, Logan McDowell looks to Jayfred Espinoza, a senior, has 9 catches for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Meanwhile, Brady Coffin, leading target is Brock Heischman, a senior, 8 catches for 240 yards and 5 touchdowns on this young season. Defensively, Washington is led by Blaine Reese, a sophomore. He has 6.5 tackles, 2.5 for loss, and He has half a sack. Tigers led by Logan McDonald on the linebacking side. Senior leader has 17 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, and 1 sack. So pretty much mirror images of each other. Again, both teams have some size, really big in the offensive defensive line, going to come down to execution. And then, carrying out, and by execution, I mean not only just running the plays, but as both coaches alluded to, they look at the film, they see things they think they can exploit, and then they try to put those in, and it's just up to the players then to get it together, so to speak, and execute it as well. So we are setting the stage here on our Search Financial Services pregame. Our Tiger Marching Band playing in the background. We'll take this 1-minute break, hear more from more of our sponsors. As you tell you are watching high school football on our Search Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hey, Grinnell Tigers, Skip Lowe with Northwest Partners. Great to see you for another season. As a reminder, winning is not everything. It's the only thing, according to Vince Lombardi. Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Back here at TT Cranning Field, waiting for the arrival of the Tiger football team to hit the field. Let's take a moment to salute our sponsors that we talked about, and I know we talk about them, but quite frankly, without their support, we would not be able to do this and bring these ball games home to you. Our sponsors include Polly-Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, Northwest Partners, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Latitude Signage and Design, Mayflower Community. We also have our business card sponsors, which you see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. They include all of those businesses, plus Turnkey Realty, Grinnell Firestone, Brent Nichols State Farm, Coriel Photography, Prairie Lakes Church, Clarity Eye Care, Mindy Halls, Exit Realty, and KGR and Radio. Then we have our specialty sponsors, our pregame, as you've heard, Search Financial Services, our quarters by Brent Nichols State Farm Insurance, Red Zone by Polly-Ice Pizza, touchdowns by the Dairy Barn, timeouts and first downs by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Copeland, our representatives, and the scoreboard by Kurtz Collision Center. So a big thank you, tip of the hat, and salute to all those fine sponsors and boosters that help us bring these home. Tiger football team getting set to enter the stadium. You see them there on your screen. I'll take this opportunity here to talk about our kid captains for tonight's game. One of our kid captains is number 32, Dax Carnahan. Dax is a 6th grade student at Grinnell Middle School. Dax currently plays for the Grinnell Tigers in the YSF football program. The other kid captain for tonight is number 50, Ryan Costow. He's a 6th grade student at Grinnell Middle School. Ryan currently plays for the Tigers in the YSF program. So once again, a big congratulations and salute to our kid captains tonight. They are number 32, Dax Carnahan, and number 50, Ryan Costow. And here come your Tigers onto the field, 3-0. Last time Tigers were 3-0, according to Jeremy Shapiro, who, by the way, is with us again tonight. He'll be giving us stats and things throughout the night. Was 2011. So, obviously, as the coaches said in the pregame, one team's going to walk off here wishing they missed some opportunities. Another team's going to be 4-0 as they head into that district play. We'll take one final break. We'll go 30 seconds on this break and come back for the kickoff as we tell you've been watching high school football on the Search Financial Services pregame on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
Hey, Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
You see the captains heading out to the field for the ceremonial coin toss. We'll have that for you as well. Tigers next week, they are on the road. They travel to Solon to take on the Spartans, and we'll have that game for you radio style right on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Looks like Grinnell has won the toss, and they will receive to start the ball game. So Tigers going to go on offense first. Also, our next broadcast, though, is on Thursday evening, starting at 5 o'clock. We have a volleyball doubleheader for you from the Tiger Gym. Grundy Center and Pella Christian come to town for a triangular meet. We'll have the first serve at 5 o'clock, and then we'll do both games. That's this Thursday on the Tiger Sports live stream network. You can also check out our broadcast schedule on our website, tigerslsn.com. Check out there, has all of our schedules for football and volleyball. And you can also have other things there. You can meet the media team. There's TJ Walker Media. He's the graphic designer for Tyler Walker. Does some good graphics. So if you want to check that out. And again, there's links to our broadcast as well. TigersLSN.com is our website. We're also on X, Facebook, Instagram. And if you want to go the YouTube route, we're on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, type in the search bar Tiger Sports Livestream, and you'll come to our homepage. If you click on that subscribe button, number one, we'd appreciate that. Number two, you will be given then a notification every time we take the air. So we are set for football. Benny Caponzu and Brock Heichner back deep for Grinnell, ready to face the kickoff from Braden Tappan, a sophomore, for the Demons, and we are set to go. Our first quarter brought to us by Brent Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Chris Jr. here with you alongside Dan Walker, Lori Walker, and Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. Glad to have you with us on an absolutely beautiful Friday night. There's no wind out there. A little sticky, a little hot, but all in all, not a bad evening. And here we go. Washington, as you see, in the white uniforms with the orange letters. Grinnell in their home black with the orange numbers. There is the kick. It's a short kick. Taken by one of the upbacks, about the 25, out across the 30, out across the 35, and just tripped up as flag comes flying in. Good position for the moment for the Tigers. Couldn't see who got that return. Looks like number 15 for Grinnell. Trent Scheck on that, but we're going to have a penalty against the Tigers, going to set him back already. Looks like it's a spot foul, so that would mean it'd be some type of holding or something on the play.
Yeah, it looked like right around there on the 30-yard line. It's about where they're standing, about right where the flag is. For about the 45, they come out of the side there and just had their hands, and they wrapped the guy.
Oh. Yep, so that 10-yard spot foul sets the ball back. Still Tigers ball, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Just underway here. Grinnell and Washington. Brady Kaufman, your senior quarterback for the Tigers. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Now Tigers do a shift. Send a man in motion. And now empty backfield. Kaufman goes back to pass. Gets it out there. Now to Ringler. Ringler tries to cut up field, but good blocking. But good pursuit by the Demons. Tackled there by number 50, Summit Keith, senior linebacker for the Demons. Gets out to about the 34-yard line, so we'll give him a gain of about 6. Going to bring up 2nd down and 4 for Grinnell.
It's just a good way that the Tigers stretched it out there. You know, they took their time, found Ringler as he cut out, and had a nice little pass to the out.
2nd down and 4 now. Kaufman in the shotgun as always. Turns, gives the ball off to Ringler over the left side. Or no, check that. It's Jack Hoops. Out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. Going to be just shy of a 1st down. Tackle in there by number 2, Cale Williams, among others for the Demons.
Nice to see Jack Hoops back in there last week. You know, he went down right before at the end of a touchdown. So we missed him basically the whole end of the 4th quarter.
So 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down and 1. Already early, but a key play in this ball game. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Kaufman, empty backfield, back in the slot. Brady takes a snap and calls his own number and plows forward. He'll have the 1st down and more out across the 40. And right tackle tripped up nicely. Touchdown saving tackle by the Demons that time, number 80. That is Jayford Espinoza. And Brady Kaufman gets a Edward Jones 1st down. Mark and Paul Colpin, our representatives for that.
That's a nice little run for Brady right off of Will Schlegel. He timed it pretty good, went right up off his backside, read which way that Will was going to take him, and then he cut to the back of the inside of the field. So good job on Brady of reading where Will was taking that guy.
1st and 10, Grinnell right at midfield, just underway here in the first quarter. No score between Grinnell and Washington. Kaufman hands the ball off. Ringler up the middle, cuts back, cuts through the crease, up the middle, breaking tackles out across into Demon territory down to the 37-yard line. Tackled by number 11, Mason Morgan, but not before he picked up another. Edward Jones, first down for the Tigers.
You know, there again, those guys are reading those guards and tackles as they're taking up. That kid with him, he got in, sealed his linebacker right in the center, and to give him an extra 2 or 3 yards.
So far early on, Dan, we're seeing the Tigers are winning that battle in the trenches. Good line push by our offensive line against the Demon defensive line. 1st and 10, Grinnell, ball at the Demon 39-yard line. Ringler in the backfield. 3 receivers left for Kaufman, 1 to the right. Kaufman back to pass, looking, throws a quick out, caught out there. I think that's Derek Doty on the catch. Let's see. Nope, number 6. That's Brock Heichman. So just a quick little out, timing pattern, picked up a quick 5 and pushed out of bounds by a couple of Demons. So ball spotted down inside the 33-yard line. So we'll give him a pickup of, we're going to say about 7 on the play. So we're going to bring up 2nd down and 3 to 4, somewhere in there. Now Kaufman up under center in more of the traditional set. Takes a snap under center, turns, gives the ball to Ringler. He is met in the backfield, bounces off a tackle and tries to go outside. Flag on the play. This is probably going to come back, but Ringler did a good job. Somebody got penetration there for the Demons, but I think we're going to get a penalty on Grinnell here.
I couldn't tell if it was this right tackle out there, and it is a holding.
So, again, that's a 10-yard penalty from the spot foul. The flag thrown down to 33. My guess is since Grinnell got a first down, Washington will accept the penalty, move it back. 10 yards from that spot, so it should go back to about the 43-yard line. And Grinnell will get the down over. It'll be 2nd down, but now instead of a first down inside the 25, it'll be 2nd down and about 14 from the 43-yard line. So 2 penalties for Grinnell so far in this ball game. None for the Demons early on. 8:50 left to go, no scores. You see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Kaufman takes a snap, gives off to Ringler over the left side. Josh cuts back up the middle, spun down nicely about the 35-yard line. Again, Tiger line getting a good push, Dan, giving Josh lots of room to run.
They're just doing a great job opening the center up. It doesn't matter if they're going to the outside or to the inside. They're just utilizing their blocks and taking care of business.
So good gain there on 2nd down. Brings up a somewhat manageable 3rd down. We're going to call it 3rd down and about 7 or so, 6 or 7 for Grinnell. I imagine here, depending upon how this play shakes out, if Coach Haydenfield might not just go for it here, should he be short. But first things first, 3rd and 6 for Grinnell, ball to 35. Kaufman takes a step, calls his own number, and the quarterback draw up the middle, trying to get a push, trying to get to the outside. Brady taking tackles with him, but finally corralled down. Maybe gets a couple out of it to about the 32-yard line. So good pursuit to the ball by Washington.
Yeah, and that Washington, they met up there, number 20, Grinder. Caden Grinder was in, first one in on the tackle, kind of stood him up and let that defensive line kind of catch up with them. So taking that linebacker position, make the first hit and doing their job.
So 4th down and 3 for Grinnell at the 32. And I don't see, well, Hoops is out there. He does kick the field goal, but it looks like to me they're going to go for it here. Tigers got to hurry. The play clock's down to 8. See if Coach Haydenfield maybe takes a timeout at 3. Now it's a Wildcat. There's a snap, direct snap, taken by Ringler, and he's going to be down inside the 25, down to about the 21. Good enough for a first down. Wow, just getting that ball off. It looked chaotic, but they made it work.
I thought that we were going to get called for illegal motion because we were moving and we weren't getting to somewhere we need set before the ball got snapped. So we got lucky there on that one.
So that's another Edward Jones first down. Mark and Paul Colpin are representatives. Big conversion, 2 third down conversions by Grinnell, and now a 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 at the 20, looks like about the 22-yard line, just outside the Poly-Eyes red zone. Kaufman in the shotgun, hands the ball off to Ringler. Tries to cut inside, now bounces it outside, has to move around the edge, lowers his shoulder, plows over a guy, gets down inside the Poly-Eyes red zone, stepped out of bounds about the 12. Again, just great running and recognition by Ringler.
That's correct. You know, talking about the Poly-Eyes red zone, we got a little special commercial that we're going to pop up here. Get that so people can see what's going on.
And what that commercial means is we are playing this Poly-Eyes Pizza Crunch commercial. Once this commercial is done, if you so desire, you can call Poly-Eyes. The first 2 people that call Poly-Eyes Pizza and place an order, you will get 10% off your order as long as you tell them you saw that Crunch commercial on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
And let them know what the discount is. So
yep.
Go ahead and make your call and order a pizza or order one for us up here.
Yeah, we'll take a delivery. Coffin's pass complete out in the flat. Number 18 that time is Kane Pavey making that catch. Inside the 10 to about the 9. Tigers can't get a first down without scoring. So they picked up about 4. So looks like maybe second down and 5 or 6 for Grinnell.
Right now, Grinnell's just doing a great job of utilizing the field. You know, going from side to side, it's kind of tough sometimes for high school teams, but looking at it from all perspective, they're spreading things out.
Coffin gives a handoff off to Ringler, cuts back up the middle and in for the Tiger touchdown. It's a Dairy Barn touchdown, and boy, Dan, you couldn't ask for a better start for Grinnell. Converted a couple of third downs and fourth down, but again, that push in the line's got to be good, pleasing to see.
Exactly, and you know, right there, that was number 50, Tyler Costeau. He stuck his linebacker and curled him and actually made Josh have the ability to go where he wanted to go, cut right back, and go back to the right-hand side for a touchdown. So excellent job there.
Jack Hoops on to attempt the extra point for the Tigers. And again, just the way you want to start out. Kick is up, and it is good. 5:15 left to go in the first quarter. Grinnell leads Washington 7-0. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, Tigers took the opening drive, fought off a couple of penalties, went about 75 yards, and I want to say 8 or 9 plays. And Josh Ringler punched it in from 7 yards out to give the Tigers a touchdown and a 7-0 lead. Again, this is the last non-district game. Next week, district play starts. Tigers in Class 3A District 5. The Demons are in Class 3A District 4. Tigers travel to Solon to take on the Spartans. Rich tradition of football there. We'll have that one for you live as well. Radio style on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Hoops to kick off. Kick goes out through the end zone. Automatic touchback by high school rules. Be Demon ball 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So now we'll see if that holds true for the defensive side. See if Washington's offensive line, Dan, can get some push against the Tiger defensive line. But that first series, you got to give the nod to the Tiger offensive line on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, as you talked about in the pregame, you know, team for team, they look fairly equal. But, you know, Grinnell has statistic-wise where they put a little bit more numbers on the ground running. They put a little bit more up passing, put a little more touchdowns on the board. So we'll see how that equates out here with the Tiger defense.
Logan McDowell, the senior quarterback for the Demons, takes a snap, turns, gives the ball off, read option, and boy, he just smothered right away. Tigers got right through the offensive line. About 3 or 4 of them in there in the backfield, Dan. I couldn't see what, but there's a pile of Tigers waiting.
Number 3, Keaton Iverson, was leading the attack on that right up the center there, so good job to them. And that's going to be a tough task for the Washington Demons tonight, is how they got to overcome some of the off stunts that Grinnell throws at them, because first play of the ball game, we showed them that we could actually move around on this field.
So bunch formation, 2nd down and 13 now for the Demons. Bunch formation to the left for McDowell. McDowell calls his own number. The quarterback keeper tries the right side, squirts through. Flag comes flying in, and again, great team pursuit. Coach Haydenfield's talked about that. They want all hats to the ball, and you saw it there. And we do have a penalty flag on the field. It's a penalty against Washington.
Yeah, I believe it is a hold off that right-hand tackle. I can't see what that was.
See if Coach Haydenfield declines this or not, because he did stop him. I think they maybe lost some more yards on that.
His tackle or guard over there as they were pulling, they had a chop block on it. So if you're outside the tight end, that's where you can't have that. Anyone who watches Iowa football, we can't get over that fact yet. We still do it.
And a chop block simply means, Dan, you cannot engage a defensive player below the waist, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's half the distance to the goal, and, well, I think the Tigers were going to take it, and now the officials moved it back. Maybe Coach Haydenfeld decided to decline that. Let's see. I mean, they're spotting it down, looks like about maybe the 16. And so Tigers did decline. So it's third down now and about 13 or so for Washington. Man in motion. McDowell in the shotgun, takes a snap, back to pass, being pressured, gets it out of there, overshoots his receiver. Intended for number 8, Oliver Hopscheit. Pass is too high, falls incomplete. Tiger defense holds. Let's see, is there another flag on the field? Nope. Okay, the official was making a motion towards the side judge, I thought maybe, but so nope, incomplete pass brings up fourth down, so the Tiger defense does its job.
Yes, so our clock is off, so it's actually it's fourth down, not third down as our clock says, so I can update here.
So Brock Heischen back deep or Jack Hoops, I believe. There's the punt away. Little pressure, gets it out of there. It's a high kick, but it's short. And fair caught by Hoops. Nice job falling down. But Tigers in great field position at the 41-yard line. And I keep sounding like a broken record, Dan, but what a great start for the Tigers. Just what you want if you're Coach Haydenfeld.
Right, and go back to that punt right there. That was a good job by Hoops because he called fair catch and he was starting to lean ahead. And instead of taking the step like he should have done, he actually fell to the ground to catch it. That could have been pretty dangerous when you're looking out there at that. You have the realm, go ahead and get yourself up underneath that ball.
So 1st and 10 Grinnell, ball at the 41-yard line of the Demons. 7-0 Grinnell with the lead on a Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. Coffin back to pass, looking deep, tucks it, now he's going to run. Now he throws it on the run out there, trying to hit Hoops on a crossing route. Overthrew him just a little bit. Brady could have run that or passed that down, but he had his eyes downfield and thought he could get one.
Yeah, I would have to second-guess that decision. I think I would have took the first down and moved her down a little bit further, but
they're saying illegal forward pass by Grinnell. He must have crossed the line of scrimmage. So that penalty is a 10-yard penalty, and that'll also carry a loss of down, I believe. I believe it's going to be second down, but we'll plus add 10 yards back, so it's going to be 2nd and 20. Okay, they move it back 5. My apologies. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it is a loss of down.
Should be a loss of down.
Yep. There's a loss of down signal, so incomplete pass, and the penalty results in a second down and about
15, roughly.
Maybe 14, 15 somewhere. Yep. Tigers got to get down to the 31. They're at the 44. So 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left for Kaufman. Ringler in the shotgun behind him. Kaufman hands off to Ringler. A little delay up the middle. Ringler with some room. Gets out past the tackler inside the 30. Ringler gets a block downfield and pushed out of bounds inside the 25 to about the 24. Number 11, Mason Morgan on that one. But just a great patience by Ringler, then the burst to hit the hole.
Yeah, I tell you, that's some, for a junior, that's some pretty high-quality run, and to be able to stop, start, and then pick up speed and be able to ramp it up that fast. So good job running there for Ringler.
And Ringler packs some punch. He's 6 foot, 200 pounds. Pretty solid kid. So that is a first down. Edward Jones first down. And we are almost in the Paul-As red zone. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Kaufman gives it this time to Hoops. Hoops cuts back, trying to cut to the outside, and the linebacker has to come in to make the play. And they are down in the Paul-As red zone. Another Edward Jones first down to the 13. 1st and 10 Grinnell at the 13-yard line. So we got an Edward Jones first down, Mark and Paul Colton. We got a Paul-As red zone, and again, 2 trips, 2 times in the red zone, Dan. What a fantastic start for Grinnell.
Yeah, and speaking of Paul-As red zone, if you haven't been one of those people to call and order pizza, we'll take an air conditioner up here before the pizza, but I'd like a pizza once in a while. It is a muggy night up here, Chris.
It is. All right, 1st and 10 Grinnell at the Demon 13-yard line. Kaufman in the shotgun once again. Turns, gives the ball off to Hoops. Hoops cuts to the outside, tries to break loose, but he's wrapped up. Nice tackle that time. Hoops had some room out there. Looked like maybe number 16 out there, Carson Brown, a junior linebacker, wrapped him up, prevented a big gain.
Yeah, that's probably one of the first times they've slowed us down to have less than a four-yard gain. So good job for Washington there. They're going to figure this out, but hopefully we can keep rolling with it.
So we'll give him a pickup of about 2, down to about the, I would say, 6-yard line. So Tigers can get a first down without scoring. So 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 11. Coffin in the shotgun once again. Now man in motion coming towards him. Coffin hands the ball off to that motion man. It's Heichman around the right side. Heichman cuts back, lowers his head, and gets stood up by a whole pile of demons. But he got down.
I think he maybe had 3-yard gain on that.
Yep. So he's down inside the 10 to about the, looks like about the spotting about the 8-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5,
like
maybe 6.
Said we still have the opportunity if we could get to the 1.5, 2-yard line if needed. There is a first down there.
And my guess is if we're this close, if Coach Haydenfeld doesn't make it here, my guess is he will go for it once again. So 3rd down and 6, ball at the 9-yard line. Coffin, shotgun, gives the ball off. This time met up the middle is Ringler, and this time penetration busted that play up. Nice job by Washington. Somebody got right in there. And penetration, as you know, for a defense is what they want to do.
Yeah.
And somebody got right there, almost
and
took
you
the
know, in
hand
that
off.
case there, with that 44 defense, they ran a stun off of that, the far side to up far from us that we're looking at on the camera, and they come around with a dual blitz, and that's where they picked it up. And Ringler just had nowhere to go. They put the pressure on that left-hand side line, which would be the first time that Slagles had really much pressure against him tonight.
So Jack Hoops on to attempt a field goal, spotted down at the 20, be a 30-yard attempt for Jack Hoops. Try to add to that Tiger lead. There's a snap. Kick is up on the way. Plenty long enough, and it is good. 1:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Grinnell nothing. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Dan, you brought up a good point. A couple plays before they had that big, as you said, stun and that blitz off the end. You said Washington's going to have to make some adjustments. Well, we saw one right there on that 4-4. They're going to have to start taking some chances, I think, because as we alluded to, the Tigers are just pushing their defensive line out of the way. And so we'll see how that continues, and now we'll see what Coach Haydenfeld and his staff comes up with to counter that. Jack Hoops set to kick off for Grinnell. Cale Williams, one of the people deep. Hoops' kickoff goes over everybody's head into the end zone. Automatic touchback. Be 1st and 10, Washington at their 20-yard line. Demons just with their second possession of this first quarter. Time of possession, all Tigers in this one.
Yeah, and, I think for the Demons, they're going to have to start to figure out where they can move around defense. That was really the first time we've seen an opportunity where they've had a good stop and be able to pull them back around. Can they make their notes from that and change? That'll be the big thing. But, we'll see what Grinnell does. They had a good stop last time and turn around and shut them down in 4. So.
And then, as you know, as football is a game of adjustments, so now Coach Haydenfeld and his staff will try to adjust what Washington is trying to do on the offensive side. So 1st and 10, Demons, ball at the 20-yard line. 1:19 up to go here. First quarter, as you see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. McDowell, the quarterback, turns. Quick pass out over the head of his intended receiver, Oliver Hopsheet. That pass too tall. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd down and 10. Just trying to get his players out in space and see if somebody can make a play for him,
I think they're just going to keep throwing different things out here to figure out what can happen. But
so 2nd down and 10. Coming up at halftime, we'll have first half recap, statistics from Jeremy Shapiro. By the way, check out Jeremy on X, formerly known as Twitter. It's Shapiro, Shapiro. He does a lot of writings and facts about the game. There's Demons now with the handoff, and it was an option down the line, a late handoff, but Tigers did not get fooled, strung it out nicely, and tackled him in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, number 14 stepped up on that. That would have been Trent Shett. Nope, that had been Logan McDonald stepped up on that side from that outside linebacker position. So
leading tackler for the Tigers steps in and makes a play. Less than a minute left to go. 3rd down and 11 for Washington. Ball at their own 19. Demons do have to run a play here. Play clock is down to about 10 seconds. McDowell getting people set. 3 receivers left. 3rd down. McDowell takes a snap. Back to pass. Throws the ball out here on a timing route. Way out of bounds. It was intercepted by Grinnell, but he was way out of bounds. So incomplete pass. Stops the clock with 28 seconds left. And Tigers defense, as you said, Dan, get the stop when they needed.
Yeah, number 9, Trenton Holes out there. Nice coverage. I mean, all the way around. There wasn't much options for them to go. So good job there in our secondary. And nice to have defensive backs and safeties that are paying attention out there.
So back to punt 4. Connor Layden is back to punt for the Washington Demons. Jack Hoops back deep for Grinnell. There's a snap. Pressure gets a punt away. Again, a short kick. And Hoops claps his hands. He knew he should have tried to field that, but you're always taught better safe than sorry. Takes the Demon roll back into Tiger territory down at the 43-yard line. So Tigers will set up shop 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad decision. I mean, you look at how we've been moving the ball and be able to get up and down here. So, you know, you've had a couple good series that we could actually take a look and see how we could play around, how that defense is going to adjust. So let's see what we're either going to come out and test the passing waters or go in a different position. When you're going up against a 44 defense like this, you know, that stacks basically – they're playing, you know, 4 linebackers and 3 defensive backs. So
1st and 10, Grinnell. Coffin in the shotgun. Back to pass. Now he steps up. Brady looking, and he's going to run, and he is wrapped up. Good coverage downfield. Coffin had nowhere to go. He was trying to make a play downfield. Had some room if he would have run, but did get a yard out of it. So 1-yard game brings up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, and I think Brady was really kind of thinking, I could wait for a throw, so he didn't want to get too past that line of scrimmage, which he did, you know, because he got called on it once. So
that's the end of the first quarter. Grinnell leads 10-0. Back for the second quarter. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Hi there, this is Joey Pollei, 3rd-generation owner of Polley's in Grinnell. Since 1957, we've been serving the flavors you savored. We only use the freshest ingredients for our salads, sandwiches, pasta, and pizza, guaranteed. Plus, don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polley's in downtown Grinnell.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, 1 quarter in the books. 10-0 Grinnell with the lead after 1. As you see on our Kirsten Center scoreboard, Chris Junie, Dan Walker, Lori Walker, Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. Glad to have you with us here on this muggy but nice Friday night.
it is, and there is no wind.
No wind at all, except what I'm blowing out as I speak, my nonsense. So Dan, you mentioned that, you mentioned Washington had to make adjustments. They did. They got the stop, and Tigers kicked the field goal. So now, if you're Coach Haydenfield, what are you telling your offense? How can we counter what Washington is trying to do now?
When you're starting to play and you're countering against this 44 defense, basically we want to start looking at some of the inside gaps instead of your outside gaps and having the ability to which way we're going to be able to push and get into that B gap.
So 2nd down and 9 for Grinnell. As we start the second quarter, Coffin back to pass, looking deep, throws it out there, has a receiver out there, and it's caught and dropped. Oh, my goodness. Heisman had it, and it just couldn't hang on to it. And Tigers dodged a bullet. Washington dodged a bullet there, and that might be something they may come back to, Dan, because Heisman had a good step on his defender.
That's going to be one that Brock Heisman's going to go to bed tonight and say, man alive, that was in my hands.
Yep, Coffin let it out there, and that's what you do. You throw it up in the air, let your receiver run under it, and just could not make the connection. So incomplete pass brings up 3rd down and 9. Tigers have the ball at their own 44-yard line. Grinnell leads 10-0 here, as you see in our Kirkland Center scoreboard. Coffin back to pass, throws a quick out route. It's short. Almost jumping the route was a Washington Demon defensive player out there, number 20. Caden Griner knocks the pass down, and so Washington does their, we talked about the Tigers. Washington does their job and gets a stop. Tigers forced to punt.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Haydenfield does make some adjustments here, because you can see there, from where our standpoint is, there are some opportunities to pick up. And, once you commit to the pass, you kind of have to run with it. But I think they can make some changes down here and make a difference, go back to the running game.
Jack hoops back in punt formation for Grinnell. Gets the snap. There's the boot out. Oh, wow. Gets a nice punt. Chasing down all the way inside the 20 as the Demon return. He is met and dropped right away. Benny Caponzu with that speed running down there. Number 11 was Mason Morgan on the return, and maybe he got a yard down, but good coverage and good punt.
Which last week, that was the big Benny. He ran quite a bit, got a touchdown or two. So, it's kind of nice to see his name being called on the defensive side too, or special team side.
Yeah, Coach Haydenfield talked about, guys are getting opportunities and they're making the most of it. And Tiger team so far really dialed in. 11:38 left to go here in the first half. Grinnell leads 10-0. First possession for Washington here in this second quarter. Demons send out trips to the right of Logan McDowell. One back in the backfield. McDowell takes the snap, gives the ball to his up back. Tries to cut over the left side, maybe pushes out across the 20 to about the 23, so not much there.
Yeah,
good
that was a good job by Will Slagle. He stepped across and did his perfect defensive position, stood his man up, didn't play one side or the other until he saw which way the ball was going, and then he played off and went to the ball. So good job there on defense.
So 2-yard game brings up 2nd down and 8 now for Washington. Ball at their own 24-yard line. 2 receivers left, one right, one was left. Split backs in the backfield. Shotgun for McDowell. Turns, gives the ball to his up back. Gets through the crease. Gets into the secondary, the second level. Wrapped up that time by 14, Aiden Schmitz. But good game by the running back. Or I'm sorry, 14 is Logan McDonald. Good game by the running back, Caden Griner on the play.
Yeah, that was kind of a nice save. I didn't get to see who come across and made the second pop on it, but that kind of helped slow the field play down a little bit.
So nice gain on the play of about 5 or 6 yards. Going to bring up now 3rd down and about 2 for Washington. Make a note of this, and this is another one of those moments in the game. Tigers can stop them here. They'll get good field position. Washington, obviously, they get the first. They're going to keep their drive going. Their best drive of the night so far. Demons, snap is fumbled and bobbled, and having to fall on is McDowell. And just as I say that, Dan, they had everything going. Now we got a late flag. That means somebody must have said something. It's a dead ball. Washington's clapping. So if it's a dead ball, which it is, dead ball unsportsmanlike against Grinnell, that's 15. So that's just something you just can't do. It's somebody must have said or did something right in front of the official. He caught it, and it's 15 yards, gives Washington a first down.
Yeah, and the way the new rules came out as a couple years ago, any foul language, it's an automatic unsportsmanlike. So no matter what sport you're playing, it's best you keep your mouth closed out there. And everyone has opinion. You might as well mutter it and keep it underneath your breath.
Yep. And even if you're not directing it at anybody, if you just let one fly, it's still a penalty. So big penalty there. Gives Washington new life. 1st and 10 Demons at their own 37-yard line. And now we got a hold up here in the action. The referee's going to come in and talk to the umpire for just a moment. Oh, give him his flag back. Okay. Would not want the umpire to not have his flag. So trips to the right again. 2 receivers left. So 5 receivers out for Washington. McDowell under center turns, gets a snap, fakes the give, tries to go up the middle, has a bit of room, squirts out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. So Washington suddenly moving away from their just straight vanilla, now getting some misdirection, some type of RPO action.
Yeah, but that's still a nice good step up by Josh Ringler. He wrapped them up really good and then let the rest of the linebacking crew come in and step into place. So that's where we have to step in from the linebacker position. If you can't make that stick to slow them down, and then let everyone else play around that.
2nd down and 3 Washington, ball at their own 43-yard line. McDowell in the shotgun, man in motion towards him. There's a snap. McDowell back to pass, looking for his out route, and through the hands of his intended receiver, Mason Morgan. Coverage out to provided by Trenton Hulls, and looked like Mason did the Cardinal center receiver. Started to turn upfield before he actually caught it in his hands. That would have been a first down, but now we have another big 3rd down. And they're going to say it's about 4 yards from the 43. Got to get out to the 47. So, yeah, 3rd and 4 for the Demons here. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 9:16 left to go here first half. Grinnell leads 10-0, as you see in our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. 3rd and 4 for the Demons. McDowell takes a snap, gives the ball to his up back, number 9, over the left side. He is swallowed up and brought down. Thought I saw 74 on there. Also, it looks like number 12 also down. Just a great play by the Tigers to collapse that side of the line.
Yeah, they did a great job. You know, the discipline of what I've seen out of this Tiger defense is just, it's very good tonight. You know, they're playing as a team, and that comes from the linebacker court speaking and talking out loud out there and telling them what's going on.
So decision time here for Kelly Williams. Just taking a long time. Play clock down to 19. They finally decide, looks like they are going to punt the ball. But again, if you're Tigers, you don't want to jump. You got to watch for a fake. You got to watch for a lot of things here. So 5 seconds on the play clock. There's a snap, and he is going to boot it out of there. Hoops makes the catch. No fair catch, and Hoops has it, but he's wrapped up immediately. Almost breaks loose, and then he just hanging on for dear life is number 8, Oliver Hobscheit. So good coverage. Hoops almost got away from him, but again, Tiger defense made the stop when they had to.
Yeah, and it's going to make a difference here. You know, if we have the ability to step up right now and look at some of the gaps that are being formed and run the ball, I think we could have a nice little jump here into this second quarter with 8:16 left to go.
So 1st and 10 Grinnell, ball down at their own 24-yard line. Coffin, as usual, in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Check that. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. There we go, Chris. Single back in the backfield. And then a back in the slot. Kaufman surveys things over, gets ready for play, and here we go. 1st and 10 Grinnell. Kaufman turns, gives the ball to Ringler up the middle. Tries a burst, gets out to that second level, almost spins out of it. Or check that. That was Jack Hoops on the carry. Wrapped up by number 7 and 17, Drew Conrad and Keeter Gomez-Valdez. So, again, just shifty running inside there.
And, you know, at 5 yards a pop, you do that 2 times in a row. What do you have? You know, it's a first down. So that kind of goes back to old Iron Man football. You put it on the ground and you move it. As long as you know you could get that 4 to 5 yards.
So 2nd down and 5 for Grinnell. Kaufman this time takes his own number, and he bounces off somebody and falls down. Good penetration that time. Bounced off one of his blockers, knifing in. It looks like a submarine where the defense line went low and just kind of plugged up that hole.
Yeah, they definitely thought some type of option was coming up through there and plugged up that right-hand side, but I don't think Brady was prepared for it to be a pile.
So maybe a gain of 1 or no gain. Anyway, going to bring up 3rd down now and about 4. Again, another one of those key moments of a ball game. Washington gets a stop here. They're going to get fairly decent field position. 3 receivers left. Kaufman in the shotgun. Back to pass. Looking. Fires out in the flat. Caught by his receiver. And is it going to be enough for the first?
It looks like it is.
And yes, they're moving down. That is an Everett Jones first down. So first down for Grinnell, and a big one at that, with 6:55 left to go here in this first half. So 1st and 10 Grinnell at their own 36-yard line. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll have first half recap stats from Jeremy Shapiro and much more on our halftime show here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. 1st and 10 Grinnell. Kaufman throws a pass out in the flat to Doty. Doty has it, makes a break, trying to get the outside. We got a flag down. Looks like we're going to have maybe another hold. Doty belted out of bounds. But we got a penalty on the field.
Looked like more of a turn. I didn't really see the hold on that, but.
Well, the linesman called it. He threw it out there about the 41. So it is another hold against Grinnell. That's Grinnell's, my bike count, unofficially 5 penalties against the Tigers tonight. So that's a spot foul, so 10 yards back from the 41. Tigers will get first down over.
Yeah, that would have been on Kellen Harder, which Kellen was injured in the Bondurant game, missed last week's game, so this is his first week back. So nice to see that he's out running on that ankle that he bummed up a little bit. But
First down and 15 now for Grinnell. Ball back to the 31-yard line. Kopp in the shotgun. Gives the ball off to Ringler up the middle, and he is just stuffed. So far, Washington's adjustments have shut down the Tiger running game. Big old number 77 in there for the Demons. That is Rudy Wolf, 6'6", 285. Stuffed that one up and really brought Ringler down.
Washington's getting the first step. They're getting the first step, and they're getting up underneath our offensive linemen, and that makes all the difference in the world of how you're going to control, just like we're doing on the defensive side for Grinnell. So Washington's kind of giving us our own medicine right back to us.
No gain on the play. Second down and 15 for Grinnell. 5:43 left to go. First half, Grinnell leads 10-0, as you see in our Collision Center scoreboard. Coffin back to pass, under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Washington just brought everybody, too many guys for Grinnell to block. And right now the Demon defense has it going, and Coffin sacked.
Yeah, they brought a double linebacker stun on that, and there's not much you could do because once your linemen pick up one or two, and then that opens up that gap, that they're just going to come running at you, and they did.
So loss on the play, back down to the 23-yard line. Tigers need to get out to the 46. So it's going to be third down and about 23 for Grinnell. Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Coffin back to pass. Three-man rush for the Demons. Coffin steps up, looking. Now he's going to take it and go. He's going to be belted out of bounds. Demon defense rallying. And let's see. Now we have a flag down again, I think. Personal foul on Washington. I didn't see what happened there.
I didn't either.
Boy, the official came up. The referee threw it. He came up right away. So that's a 15-yard penalty. So Grinnell had one, now Washington gets one. And that's going to give Tigers new life. That comes with a 15-yard penalty. Now, I'm not sure in high school if it's an automatic first down because Tigers had 23 yards to go. So let's see here. Officials are still talking this one over. Washington coaches want to know what was that about, what was going on. So it's a 15-yard penalty from the previous line of scrimmage, which is going to move the ball out to the 42, and they got to. I guess it's fourth down and 3, and now we got a timeout, I believe, taken by Grinnell. Let's see. Yes, timeout. Grinnell will take one as well. 10-0. Grinnell with the lead. Back in 30 seconds on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Back here to TT Crandon Field. Quite the personal foul. Penalty called against Washington. Move the ball out to the 42. The 25 and trickles out of bounds and stops right about the 23. So all in all, pretty good. Good for Grinnell. They got a good bounce and decent, puts Washington back in the hole a bit. For Washington, they got the stop they needed, Dan. And now they get the ball back here, trailing 10-0 with 4:35 left to go here in this first half. So see if Washington can put something together. Demons have all three of their timeouts. Should Coach Williams elect to use one. And they come out on the field here. So two receivers to the right, one to the left. Logan McDowell, the senior quarterback. Logan 6'5", 175 for Coach Williams. In the shotgun. McDowell takes a snap, gives the ball to his up the middle, and nice play by the Tigers. Tigers being blocked there, Danny. He fought off the blocker, reached out with one hand, slowed him up enough for his Tiger teammate to come in. I couldn't see who made the initial attack, but then who stopped him was number 30 for Grinnell, and that is Keaton Iverson. So pickup of about one on the play brings up second down and 9. Clock continuing to move, coming up on 4 minutes left to go here in this first half. McDowell takes a snap, fakes the give, goes to pass, and this time he's going to be sacked. He just throws the ball out there. Is that going to be incomplete or backwards pass? Nope, they said it was forward. And there's no grounding, they're saying, so there was a receiver in the area, so it just goes down as an incomplete pass. Tigers with great pressure that time up the middle. Brought a guy off the corner and chased McDowell back and forced McDowell to get rid of it. Nice job by McDowell to get rid of it and avoid any penalty. But it's 3rd down and 9 now for the Demons. 3:54 left to go. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Now man in motion for Washington. McDowell takes a snap, rolling out to the near side. Looking, being pressured, throws it up and way out of bounds. There was 4 players there, 2 Tigers and 2 Demons, tipped out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down, forcing Washington to punt. So Tigers will get the ball back. They'll have 2 timeouts left and 3:46 in which to operate here. So we talked about making big plays. Washington defense has stepped up, kind of shut down the Tiger offense. That time, Washington you thought had the momentum, but Tiger defense steps up, makes their own plays. And now Washington is forced to punt. So Jack Hoops back deep for Grinnell. There's a punt out and away, and there's a nice punt by the Demon punter. Hoops back at the 40, takes it, circles around, gets past the initial wave, sidesteps one guy at midfield, then bounced around, still fighting forward, and finally thrown down in Demon territory at the 43. He was met at the 50-yard line and spun and fought down to the 43. So nice return by Hoops into Demon territory, 1st and 10 Grinnell. So 1st and 10 Tigers. Again, they have 2 timeouts left here to work with, leading 10-0. 3:35 left to go here in this first half. Our next broadcast on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. Next Tuesday, we have a volleyball doubleheader for you from the Tiger Gym. The Grinnell Tigers host a triangular. Pella Christian and Grundy Center come to the gym. First game at 5 o'clock right here on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network next Thursday. 1st and 10 Grinnell at the Demon 44. Coffin in pass formation. Goes back to pass, rolling out, being pressured. And he's going to be sacked down. Good speed of pursuit that time, wrapping him up.
Yep. Number 7, Valdez, jumped in there on that backside.
Back into Demon territory, inside the 45, down to about the 44. Tackled by Jude Carter, among others, for the Demons. Gets 10 of that back. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for Grinnell. Again, right here, now we're going to have a stoppage, and what do we got? An official timeout. There's a Washington player. He's looking at a Washington player here. Let's see.
I don't know if it was an equipment issue or, I mean, he's number 7 there's kind
Okay.
of, Valdez is playing with his chin guard there.
All right. So they get that fixed. 3rd and 10 Grinnell. Coffin back to pass. Being pressured. Steps up, fires, and it's short hops into his receiver. Intended out there to Kane Pavey. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the punting unit comes on for Grinnell.
I have to apologize a little bit on the stream for the YouTube. When it's 85 degrees outside and it's almost 110 around all the computer and stuff, I'm having a little bit issues of trying to keep stuff cool. So the computer's giving a little bit of a down speed here.
So back to punt is Hoops. Gets the kick out of there. Nice high kick. Letting it bounce is the Washington Demon receiver, and down by the Tigers right about the 10-yard line, maybe the 11. So Washington football, 1st and 10. They are going to spot it down at the 10-yard line. 2:11 left to go here in the first half. Grinnell leads 10-0. As you see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard, Chris Juni, Dan Walker, Lori Walker, Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. Glad to have you with us here on this Friday night from TT Cranny.
And if you're wondering why you haven't seen much of Cody Flowers' stuff, is because of the way this humidity hangs. It really messes with our signal that we transfer from one side of the field to the other. So we're just having glitches all the way across just in signaling.
So Washington comes out here. They have all 3 timeouts to work with. 2:11. They're a long ways from pay dirt. 90 yards, but the Demons are a big play offense. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. DeBoer calls his own number, keeps it, and just brought down by the backside end. Somebody comes flying in there and catches him, and now we got a timeout taken by Grinnell, I think. Yep, timeout Grinnell. We'll take one as well. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, after a good start by the Tigers scoring in their first two possessions, both teams pretty much have stopped each other. Sometimes they've stopped themselves with some penalties, but by and large it's been a pretty much even ball game after those first two series where Grinnell got out and scored and is up 10-0. So second down and 12 for Washington. They come out with 5 receivers, 3 to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield by the senior quarterback, Logan McDowell. McDowell gets the snap. It's a low snap. Has to go down, pick it up, throws it out in the flat. It is over the head of his intended receiver out there, number 80, trying to hit Jayford Espinoza. And just all that Logan could do that time to get that ball corralled and get it out of there. So incomplete pass will bring up third down and 12 for Washington. 2 minutes left. If Grinnell holds him here, maybe Coach Haydenfeld might think about using a timeout to preserve some clock, see if his Tigers can get the ball back and do something with it. Washington has Grinnell way spread out. 3rd and 12. DeBoer back, throws it out there. It's going to be picked off. Heisman read that from his center field position. Cuts back, inside, pick 6 for Heisman, in for the Dairy Barn touchdown. Brock Heisman was playing that out there, and he read that all the way. Broke on it, stepped in front of it, made a nice move about the 5, and took it in for the Tiger touchdown. And both coaches talked about that, the team that can avoid the turnover and avoid the big play, and Dan, we had one right there. Good job by Heisman.
Yeah, and I apologize we didn't get to see it. I didn't have the camera stuck out the window far enough, so you got a nice side view of the window, but we're taking care of it now. So,
but still, I mean, it was just an out route and timing route, and Heisman was reading it from his center field position, and he broke on the ball, ran it back about 25 yards for the touchdown. Hoops with the extra point. It is up, and it is good. 1:49 left to go here first half. Grinnell leads Washington 17-0. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
$1:49 left to go here. First half. Chris, Junie, Dan Walker, Lori Walker with you, and Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. Part of our Tiger Sports live stream broadcast. Check out our website, TigersLSN.com. You can check out our broadcast schedule for both football and volleyball. If you don't know by now, we are doing all the Tiger football games, both home and away. When we're home, we'll have this video set up you see are watching tonight. When it's on the road like it is next week at Seoul, it'll be a radio-style broadcast, just audio only. Hoops kickoff. Right from the get-go, the snap was a little wide, and McDowell did a good job just to corralling it. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 1:26 and counting left to go here, first half. Again, coming up at halftime, we'll have a first half recap. Also has some stats from Jeremy Shapiro and much more on halftime here at the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. There's the ball handed off again, and up back taken that time. Again, getting in there was a Tiger defender, and now we're going to get a timeout taken, I think. They're stopping plays that they have in motion. Is timeout Grinnell. Timeout Grinnell, and we'll just keep it right here for this one. As Tigers now have Washington in a 3rd and 10. They'll have one timeout left. I would guess if they stop them here, they'll take another timeout and try to get the ball back with just about a minute left and see if they can do something here. course, as you know, if you've watched Tiger football, Hoops has a very nice leg. Can hit from 35 or so yards or maybe even longer. So all those options on the table for the Tigers, but they got to get in these situations before, so a lot of experience here. So 1st and 10 Grinnell in Washington territory at the 48-yard line. Grinnell leads 17-0. 22 seconds left to go first half. Kaufman in the shotgun, takes a snap. Back to pass, looking, fires out, caught by his receiver. That's Derek Doty down about the 40. They got to hurry up and get up. It's not a first down. So the clock's going to keep rolling. Kaufman will probably just spike it. They got to get people set. 5 seconds. 4, 3. Kaufman, no, he's not going to spike it. He's going to get it out there. Now he steps up to run it. This will be the last play. Kaufman breaks the tackle, and he looks to throw, but now he's wrapped up, and that will do it. Halftime, Grinnell leads 17-0. We'll take this 2-minute break. 2-minute break, come back, and we'll have updates, recap, and stats for you more as we tell you watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
Back here at halftime, Tigers lead 17-0 over Washington. And first half recap coming up here for you. Tigers took the opening kickoff, and they marched right down the field. I mean, a good mix of run and pass. Washington could do nothing to stop them. The Tiger offensive line was getting a good push, and they put together about a 9 or 10 play drive, about 78 yards. And Josh Runger punched it in from about 9 yards out. Extra point was good. Tigers lead 7-0. And all right, we've been having some technical difficulties. We apologize for that. So we're going to try another 2-minute break here, see if we can get these things fixed. And we tell you are watching Grinnell Tiger football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Weldon Drywall is your local drywall professional, serving a 70-mile perimeter around Iowa City. They provide services to commercial builders, general contractors, and residential homeowners. Projects can include commercial build-outs, new construction for multi-family and residential homes, to remodeling projects such as your new addition to basement drywall projects, even down to the simplest 2x2 patch in your wall. Weldon Drywall is here for you. Check out our website at weldon-drywall.com and fill out our contact form for your free estimate today.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry, but it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Okay, back here at TT Crandon Field. Again, we apologize for our technical difficulties. As Dan said, computers don't like heat, and we were trying to work through some issues, so we appreciate your patience while we do work through those issues. So again, to recap, Tigers took the opening kickoff and went right down the field, put together an 8 or 9 play drive thereabouts, about 78 yards. And Washington getting a good push on the offensive line. The Tigers were, Demons couldn't stop them, and Tigers punched it in. Josh Ringer ran it in from about 9 yards out. Extra point was good, and it was 7-0 Grinnell. Tiger defense does their job, holds Washington on their first possession to a 3-and-out. And then Tigers get the ball back and again go right down the field. Overcame a couple of third downs, even a fourth down, and had it down their first down and about goal. But then there was a personal foul penalty on Grinnell that pushed it back. Washington defense does hold. Jack Hoops on it, had to kick a 30-yard field goal. That was good. And Tigers led 10-0. Then that was it for scoring. That all happened in the first quarter. After that, through the rest of the first and most of the second, it was back and forth. Neither team could get an advantage. Both teams' defenses stopping the other offense from getting anything done. And then Washington had the ball deep in their own territory on a 3rd down and 8. And they try to throw a little timing route and out pattern where the receiver runs down and cuts to the sideline. And the quarterback threw the ball out there. But Brock Heischen read it the whole way, made a break on the ball, picked it off about the 25, and ran it back for a pick 6 all the way back in the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. Extra point was good, and that's where we stand, 17-0. Tigers uncharacteristically I had them down unofficially for 7 penalties in that first half, 5 holding calls and an unsportsmanlike conduct and illegal forward pass penalty. So I'm sure Coach Haydenfeld and staff are going to talk about that. But we talk about the officials all the time. Having officiated basketball myself, it's no different than football. Every official calls every game differently. There's an old saying in football, well, if you really wanted to, you could call holding on every play. Well, tonight these officials are doing that. They are really calling the holding tight. So, again, coaches and players, even though they maybe have gotten away with that in the past, they have had to adjust to it. And it took the Tigers a bit to do that. But once we got that cleaned up, it's been a relatively clean ball game. Again, had a couple of personal foul and sportsmanlike conduct. Had a late hit on Washington. Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Grinnell. So I'm sure both coaches talking about cleaning that up. Washington will get the ball to start this second half and see what adjustments they do make. And that's always interesting as we come out. As Dan said, Washington went to a 4-4 defense. They weren't getting any push, so then they were starting to bring guys on stunts. And what a stunt is, if a lineman lines up in one spot, instead of running straight ahead, he will like take a step and then spin around in another direction and try to get a stunt or move in a different direction to catch the offensive line off guard. And then getting in the backfield, which Washington did do, and pretty much interrupted and disrupted that Tiger offense, as you said, for most of that rest of that first quarter, and also most of that second quarter as well. Again, we apologize for having some technical difficulties. We appreciate everyone's patience. And speaking of appreciation, let's take a moment here to salute our sponsors that we have once again. Our regular sponsors include Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, North Risk Partners, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. Our business card sponsors, you see them in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. In addition to all those ones that I mentioned, we also have Turnkey Realty, Grinnell Firestone, Corey Hall Photography, Prairie Lakes Church, Clarity Eye Care, KGRN, and Mindy Holes Exit Realty. And our specialty sponsors, let's not leave them out, our pregame by Sorks Financial Services, our corners by Brett Nichols State Farm Insurance, Red Zone by Polly Ice Pizza, Touchdowns by the Dairy Barn. Our timeouts
Hi there,
and
this
first
is
downs
Joey
by
Pauly.
Everett Jones, Mark and Paul Colpin, your Everett Jones representatives. And our scoreboard by Kurtz Collision Center. 17-0 Grinnell here at halftime. We'll take this 2-minute break, come back, we'll have some stats. And as we tell you, you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow. We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company.
Back here at TT Creative Field, we are at halftime. 17-0 Grinnell with the lead. We understand that the Washington Demon quarterback, Logan McDowell, was injured on that last series. So actually that last couple of series, their quarterback was Cale Williams, a junior, stepping in at quarterback play. We'll try to check on the condition of Logan as we see as Washington will get the ball. So we'll see if Logan can come back out here for the start of this second half. Demons are coming back out on the field, and it's always a game of adjustments. It's a cliche. We talk about it. Obviously, Washington made their adjustments on that 4-4. We're stunning and moving Washington can or can't do. We might see some more rollouts. Tigers getting a lot of pressure up the middle. So Coach Williams may have his quarterback roll out some more or go to more RPOs, which is a run-pass option. The quarterback keeps the ball, reads the defensive end, and if they, depending on what that end does, they can either run the ball themselves, give the ball or pitch the ball to the tailback, or keep it and throw it downfield. So we'll see all those adjustments there that could come up here at halftime. And again, we appreciate everyone's patience as we work through the heat. Plain and simple, heat and computers don't mix. And we have some Wi-Fi signals, so we appreciate your patience as you hang with us. But we're glad to have you with us here on this Friday night of high school football. Last district game for both teams coming in at 3-0, and the first quarter, first two drives of the first quarter, Grinnell makes a big statement, jumps out 10-0, and then it was even Steven until Brock Heichman returned a pass, picked off a pass, returned it back for a pick six, 25 yards for that touchdown. So we are here at halftime, and we're going to see if we can get to a break here. We'll take this 2-minute break, come back for the second half. As you say, you're watching Tiger football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
This is a story about signs. It's also a story about people's experiences. The humble sign. They are everywhere. But signs are more than just a plaque on the wall, an arrow, or letters on a building exterior. Signs help you leave a legacy or start a new chapter in life. All those signs have to start somewhere, and that's where we come in. We're your trusted partner in everything signage and graphics.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy.
Tiger fans, I'm Pastor Phil inviting you to Tri Church at Prairie Lakes, where you'll hear that God loves you no matter what. Parents, your kids are going to love learning about God in our safe and fun children's environments, so no matter where you're at with what you believe, you can look for God at Prairie Lakes Church. Go Tigers, and I hope to see you soon.
Back here at TT Crandall Field, we do have some unofficial stats here from Jeremy Shapiro. Again, check him out on X, Jeremy Shapiro, S-H-A-P-I-R-O. Team stats, rushing Grinnell with 109 yards, Washington with -2. Passing Grinnell with 36 yards, Washington with 0 passing yards. Total yards, Grinnell 145, Washington -2 yards in the first half. Tigers have 7 first downs to the Demons 1. Penalties, Grinnell had 5 penalties in that first half. Washington just had the 1. And turnovers, Washington, as you heard me say, they had the 1 interception. Grinnell with no turnovers. For the first half stats for Grinnell, rushing, Josh Ringler 9 carries for 72 yards. Jack Hoops 4 carries for 21 yards. Brady Kaufman 7 carries for 8 yards. And Brock Heisman 1 carry for 2 yards. Passing, Kaufman is 6 out of 10 for 36 yards. Receiving, Derek Doty had 2 catches for 14 yards. Heisman 2 catches for 12 yards. Ringler 1 catch for 6 yards. And Pavey 1 catch for 4 yards. For the Demons, not a lot of stats to talk about. For rushing, Griner 7 carries for 2 yards. Layden 1 carry for 1 yard. And Williams 1 carry for -5 yards. Passing, Williams 0 for 8 with the interception. Again, Grinnell leading Washington 17-0 here as we're getting set for the start of our second half. Jeremy Shapiro again with those stats. Thank you very much, Jeremy, for those halftime stats. Again, check him out on X, formerly known as Twitter, Jeremy Shapiro. He does articles and commentary about all local sporting events, mostly Grinnell Tigers, but other sports notes of interest. Check him out and follow him. Give him a follow. Shapiro, S-H-A-P-I-R-O. Jeremy Shapiro, he's on X. So again, we thought with the sun going down, things would cool down, but it probably has cooled down a little bit, but there is just absolutely no wind movement, Dan. And as you have, as I sit and watch you try to, that's why you had to kind of drop off the color analyst duties. You're trying to keep us on the air. It's just been a tough go.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, our radio, so if you're listening and you want to hear it, the sound all the time, so click over to our radio stream. Just go to the Tiger Internet Radio Network. It's posted in the YouTube and also with our internet webpage, so at tigerslsn.com. Again, it just keeps going back and forth. It tells me we have a good connection, then it slips to a bad connection. Currently, we're back up in play, so we'll see how things shake out here. But
all right, so again, we appreciate everyone's patience. And we are set to start this third quarter. Our third quarter brought to us by Brent Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Alongside Dan Walker and Roy Walker, I'm Chris Juney. Cody Flowers, our on-field camera person. Jack Hoops set to kick off for Grinnell. And there's the boot. And Washington player took a try at it, but then he pulls his hands down, goes through the end zone for a touchback. So we'll be Demon football, 1st and 10 at their own 20. And let's see if Logan McDowell, number 5, trots out there, or if it's going to be number 2, Cale Williams. So we'll see who trots out for the Demons quarterback. That'll make, obviously, a difference. And it looks like it will be Cale Williams. I see Logan McDowell. He's down on the sidelines in shorts. So his night is done. Whatever ailment he has, he is done. So it is Cale Williams now quarterback for the Demons. 1st and 10. Williams hands the ball off, and he is just wrapped up. Tigers getting penetration in there. Number 14 for Grinnell. among others. Logan McDonald, leading Tiger tackler.
Yeah, him. And then he was joined right in line with Keaton Iverson, just kind of stuck right up in there too.
So no gain on the play for Washington. Second down and 10. Cale Williams, 6 foot, 180-pound junior, in at quarterback for Coach Kelly Williams. So second and 10 here for Washington. In the shotgun, 2 receivers left, man in motion. Williams takes the snap, calls his own number, tries to go around the right side, cuts it back, and gets out across the 20, about the 23. Tigers strung it out pretty nicely there. First contact made by number 28, Josh Ringler, among others.
Yeah, Trent Hulse also kind of stepped into that backside there too. So good job picking back up where we were basically in the first quarter, playing decent defense, which I can't say we played bad defense in the second quarter. It's just kind of the struggles we had there of moving the ball.
So third down and 6 now. Big play in this game. Grinnell can hold him here. They'll probably get decent field position. There's a snap. Give on the end around. He fakes the give to his end, but wrapped up right away. Quarterback keeper. Tigers had that one snuffed out.
Number 52, Caden Whitman, in on there.
So Demons tried to go a little bit of misdirection. Had some success with that in the first half, but not there. Tigers discipline. Stayed home stopping for basically no gain. Going to bring up fourth down in a punting situation for Washington. Jack Hoops back deep, standing about his own 40-yard line to receive the punt of Brady Krantz, I do believe, back there for Washington. It's a punt out of there. Again, a high, short punt, fair catch by Hoops at the 48. So Tigers will set up shop, first and 10 at their own 48-yard line. 9:55 left to go here, third quarter. Punting for Washington that time was number 9. That's Connor Layden with the punt. Brady Kaufman comes out here for this third quarter, lead the Tigers. Trying to add to that 17-0 lead. Kaufman sends 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Back in the backfield is Ringler. Man in the slot. First and 10. Kaufman turns, gives the ball off to Ringler. Tries to come to the near side, trying to get to the edge. Lowers his shoulder and spins out of bounds.
Good job picking up about a 7.5, 8-yard run on that.
Jayford Espinoza kind of bumped him out of bounds, but again, like Dan said, got his yardage and then stepped out of bounds. Good gain on first down, second down and 2. And what that does is, you know, Dan, from coaching football, that opens up the playbook a lot on a 2nd and 2.
Yeah, once you can spread that defense out, and that's just what they did, I think they would have liked to have a little bit better curl by the tackle here on this side, but still I think we'll see what's going to happen on this next play.
So 2nd and 2 for Grinnell. Kaufman gives the ball to Ringler over the right side, makes his cut, and he is met and pushed back. He got to the, well, now they're saying a loss in the play back to the 46.
Yeah, I think that was almost set up to be like more of a draw play because all the offensive linemen took a step to the right and like let him go, and they're going to push him off to their right-hand side, and Ringler kind of went the wrong way.
So loss in the play back to the 46-yard line. First down is at the 42, so it's going to bring up a third down, and we'll call it 4 for Grinnell. 9:03 left to go, third quarter. Grinnell leads 17-0, as you see on our Kurst Collision Center scoreboard. Kaufman, the shotgun. Washington showing blitz. And there's a flag. Washington jumped across, but if a Grinnell lineman move, my understanding is that if they jump across but don't make contact, they can get back. But a Grinnell lineman must have moved, so they called a motion or offsides on Washington. That'll give Grinnell a first down. That's an Edward Jones first down. Mark and Paula Copeland, your Edward Jones representatives. So Tigers say thank you very much. We'll take that. First and 10 Grinnell at their own 42. Check that 41-yard line. And Tigers get a fresh set of downs, and more importantly, that clock keeps a rolling. Kaufman sends 3 receivers here to the near side. 1 to the right, empty backfield. First and 10, Grinnell. Kaufman back to pass, turns, throws the ball back to Doty. Catches it on the bubble screen out inside the 40, down to 35, down to about the 32-yard line. Tackle made by number 2, Cale Williams. Nice play that time on first down. A little screen to get everybody one way and bring it back this way.
And, a lot better job on our other receivers that were turning the blocks out. They just basically stood in front of them, didn't try to get their hands on them. So we learned from last time of picking up a holding and losing yardage.
So nice gain of 9 yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and 1. As we said, that opens up the playbook for Coach Haydenfeld. Lots of options here. Clock continues to move. Under 8 minutes left to go here, third quarter. Coffin in the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Coffin back to pass. Throws it out in the flat. Caught by Doty again. Derek taken off upfield. Slowed up and breaks into the tackle. Doty still on his feet. Down inside the 10 to about the 5.
That's Brock Heichman.
Or Brock Heichman. Thank you, Dan. So Brock Heichman, my apologies to the Heichman family. Brock Heichman looked like he was going to be stopped. They had a first down, but then he just kept fighting and moving those legs and broke loose. And now it's 1st and goal Grinnell in the Pollyanna's red zone. Another Everett Jones first down. So 1st and goal Grinnell at that 4-yard line. Coffin, good adjustment by Coach Haydenfeld and the staff. Everybody knows that Brady can throw it downfield, but they made their money tonight on passes out in the flat, getting it out their receivers in space, letting them do something with it. 1st and goal from the 4. Coffin hands it off to Hoops, and he is met in the backfield. Good penetration.
Let's go ahead, Chris, and jump back, and let's do an instant replay. Here's Brock Heichman. Take a look at he catches that on that outside. Couple jukes there. He broke 3 tackles, come off the ground, and then made it all the way down there to the 5-yard line. So great job by Brock Heichman on that Clarity Eye instant replay.
Yep, Clarity Eye Cameras replay, and our on-field camera person, Cody Flowers, bringing us that action. So loss in a play of 2, back to the 6. It's 2nd down and goal now, Grinnell from the 6-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, man in motion. Coffin in shotgun, takes a snap, gives off to Ringler over the left side. Ringler pushing down inside the 5 to about the 2. Or was that Jack Hoops? Yeah, it was Jack Hoops with the ball. They blew his forward progress dead. Hoops squirted through and went in the end zone, but they had blown the play dead, and they spotted down at the 2-yard line. So 3rd down and 2. I will say this, we've seen this all season. No matter who Grinnell has carried the ball, all the Tiger backs and receivers just run so hard and get a lot of yards after the catch, which, obviously goes without saying is a big reason to the success of this team so far, among other things.
So Hoops lines up in the backfield here.
Yep. Coffin up under center. Hoops in the power eye behind him. Coffin turns, hands the ball off to Hoops. Over the right side, spun in for the Tiger touchdown. Big hole on that right side. Nice job by the line. Just cleared out the Washington defense.
That one you could almost see it was coming.
Yeah. And I could even run through that hole, and I only have 1 leg. So that's not really. I have a bad knee. But big hole on the right side. Good job by the line. And Tigers add to that lead. 23-0. Jack Hoops extra point now pending. Tigers starting that funky formation out wide. Then they slowly come back in and get set up for the extra point. About a 20-yard attempt here. Ball down at the 10. Kick is up, and did he catch it? Yes, they say good. 5:35 left to go here in the third quarter. Grinnell leads Washington 24-0. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
Don't forget about our award-winning Liquid Gold Ranch and Champagne Cake. Also, keep an eye out on our social media where we release limited-time pizza specials like a pickle wrap, sweet corn, and buffalo chicken pizzas, just to name a few. See you soon at Polly Eyes in downtown Grinnell.
Back here at TT Cranny Field, our high school football Grinnell Tigers hosting the Washington Demons from Southeast Iowa. Last non-district game for both. Both teams coming in at 3-0. And so far, it's been all Tigers in this one as they lead 24-0 over Washington. Again, our next broadcast is volleyball doubleheader next Thursday. Tiger volleyball team hosting a triangular. Grundy Center and Pella Christian come to the gym. First game at 5 o'clock, second one to follow after that around 7. Both games right here next Thursday on the Tiger Sports live stream network. Hoops kickoff now is taken right inside the 3 by one of the Washington players. So first time we've had a return in a while. He gets it out to about the 20 where he's met by a whole pile of Grinnell defenders. So the end result's the same. Had he let it go in the end zone, would have been 1st and 10 at the 20. Flag on the play. Preliminary call is a block in the back against Washington. So we'll see Coach Haydenfeld. Well, I don't think it's a question of he's going to take it, so to move him back. So ball was spotted down at about the 19. 10-yard penalty puts it back to the 9-yard line. So Washington Demon football, 1st and 10 at their own 9. If you're just joining us or missed it, the starting quarterback, Logan McDowell, is out with an injury. And number 2, Cale Williams, has been stepping in at quarterback duties for Coach Kelly Williams and the Washington Demons. 1st and 10, Washington at their own 9-yard line. Williams in the shotgun. Takes a snap, calls his own number over the right side, tries to cut back in. Tigers close it off quickly, and Williams breaks 3, but then he's pursued and gang tackle back. So good strength by Williams. He was stuffed there on the right side, but popped loose and tried to cut back left, but Tigers corralled him.
Yeah, number 30, Keaton Iverson, come back around there after they finally settled down and pulled him down to the ground.
Stopped him for a loss in the play. Back to about, looks like about the 8-yard line. So a loss of 1 brings up 2nd down and 11 for Washington. Clock continuing to move here in the 3rd quarter. 4:49 left to go. Tigers lead 24-0 as you see on our Kurtz Collision Center scoreboard. 2nd down 11 for Washington. Williams takes the snap, calls his own number again over the right side, like the same play. Tries to break it outside, breaks 1 tackle, but then he's wrapped up. Slowed up just enough, Dan, by that first Tiger player. I think Heichman had a hold of him. Then the rest of his teammates coming in, and again, we talked about it. Coach Haydenfeld likes to see all those hats to the ball. That's what we see most like, a lot of black hats to that ball.
He just kind of danced down the line. First he met Jack Hoops, so I'm going to go to the next one. They saw Brock Heichman and went to the next one. So finally I think the team caught up with them, and that was the end of it.
So no gain on the play. 3rd down and 11 here for the Demons. Actually a loss of 1 back, so 3rd down and 12. 2 receivers right. Back in the backfield for Williams. Williams takes the snap. Back to pass. Throws it out in the flat, and nobody really out there. And we have a flag coming in late again. Thrown by the umpire. I don't know what we got here. Possibly roughing the passer. Maybe a hold. It is a holding against Grinnell.
I would go more for a little bit of roughing the passer after the pass was off.
All right. Well, the umpire was about 20 yards back, and he threw that flag a long way. Pretty good pass. Oh, personal foul face mask is what they're saying now. So Tigers got a face mask, so that's 15 yards. That will give with it an automatic 1st down. The Tigers' 6th penalty on the night. So Tigers had them stopped, but Washington gets new life. 1st and 10 now. Ball out at the Washington 21-yard line. So Williams in quarterback. 2 receivers to the left. Williams takes the snap again, tries the right side, cuts it back. This time he tries to cut again, but wrapped up and brought down nicely.
Trenton Holes right in there. Made a wrap up on the legs.
Tigers staying disciplined, as you talked about, Dan. They're staying gap sound. What we mean by that, every player has a slot in the field. They stay in there and wait, and Tigers are all staying. There's just really no room for that Washington player to run. He's looking, trying to find a hole, but it's just not there.
Yeah, and, the discipline for these cornerbacks is, their ability is to step back and keep the receiver in front of them. So once they see run, to be able to step up and then make the the charge on the line like he did. So good job there, Trenton.
So 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8 now for Washington. Williams takes the snap again, calling his own number, tries to push it upfield and met in the hole. First contact made by number 9, Trenton Hulls, and then his teammates joined in. Push Williams back. Going to give him forward progress out to about the 25-yard line. So he picked up about 2. So 3rd down and 6 here for Washington, and now time, 2:35 left to go, third quarter and counting. It's starting to become a problem for the Demons as well. I mean, even though it's third quarter, you're almost thinking, well, if they don't make it here, do they go for it on 4th down? Probably depends on how close they get. But time's starting to work against the Demons as well. 3rd and 6. Williams takes the snap again. Own number over the right side. And this time he squirts through across the 30, and he might have the first down.
Yeah, I think he did.
He did. He got a first down. So nice job that time. Just quickly saw the hole and burst through it. Got what he could, but got enough for the first down.
Logan McDonald in there with kind of a touchdown saving tackle. Brought him down to his knees a little bit and let the rest of the team catch up. But those are the ones you have to step up at that line, and you got to close those gaps, and you can't let them get that big.
So 1st and 10 Washington at their own 33-yard line. Williams pass out quickly out to the side. Caught by his receiver, but quickly wrapped up out across the 35 to about the 37. Pass caught by Espinoza out there. They mark him down now at the 36.
Number 23, Jack Gallagher in on the stop.
So 3-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 7 for Washington. 1:20 left to go here, third quarter. Grinnell leads 24-0. Williams, the quarterback, turns, gives the ball off to his back up the middle. I saw Slagle in there, got out to cross the 35, about the 36. Grinnell coaching staff going bonkers over something over there. I'm not sure what happened, but
yeah, I don't know if the ball popped out.
Yep, you're right. Good spot, Dan. They did say Tigers thought they had the ball. 52 recovered it, but the officials said the forward progress was stopped and the whistle had blown. So that was Caden Witham. Thought he had a fumble recovery, but ruled the play dead. So it is basically no gain on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6. As we are under a minute left to go. 30 seconds and counting. Washington will have to run a play here. Game clock, play clock down to 5. Washington gets the step off. Tigers showing blitz, and here they come. Williams rolling out, back to pass, throws it out there, throws it for grabs, and it's almost intercepted. Trying to hit his big tight end down the field. That's number 80, Jayford Espinoza. Coverage back there by number 9 for Grinnell. That's Trenton Hulls. Incomplete pass stops the clock. 4th down and 6. And let's see, Coach Williams, he does send the punting unit out there, okay? So Hoops back deep. Connor Layden set the punt for Washington. Always got to be wary of the fake here. Layden takes the snap, and he boots it out of there and gets a nice kick. Hoops takes about the 30, has some room, gets to the outside, and he's breaks free from the initial contact, still on his feet, squirming around, still on his feet on the far side. Jack out across the 45, finally pushed out of bounds about the 48-yard line. Wow.
You can't say there's not effort in that run right there.
Jack Hoops is keeping those legs churning. Tigers in good shape. It'll be their ball when we come back. That's the end of the third quarter. Grinnell leads 24-0. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our catering. And don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com to order online or the Chow Now app. Remember, I scream, you scream, we all scream for Dairy Barn.
Getting ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Our fourth quarter brought to us by Brett Nichols, State Farm Insurance. Chris Junie, Dan Walker, Lori Walker, on-field camera person Cody Flowers with you. on this high school football Friday night from TT Crane Field, Grinnell Tiger Football on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network. 3-0 Washington Demons in town, taking on the 3-0 Grinnell Tigers, and so far been pretty much all Tigers as they lead it 24-0. We do want to make mention that the starting quarterback for the Demons, Logan McDowell, went out with an injury in the first half. He has not returned. Matter of fact, he is in shorts on the sideline, so his night is done. And Cale Williams has stepped in to do a nice job. So 1st and 10 Grinnell. Ball at their own 49-yard line. Brady Coffin, the senior quarterback for Grinnell. 3 receivers to the left. Ringler in the backfield. Coffin back to pass. Looking, steps up. Being grabbed. Gets out of that. Fighting, trying to get loose. Finally gets forward into Demon territory down about the 48-yard line. Coffin was just ready to throw it there, Dan, and some Demon player reached up and grabbed his shoulder and kind of prevented that.
Yeah, we should be happy that we still have the ball right there because it could have been a disaster.
So good job by Coffin. Got the ball pulled down. Did pick up about 2 on the play into Demon territory at the 49, so 2nd down and 8 for the Tigers. Coffin in the shotgun as he has been. Turns, hands the ball to Ringler over the left side. Ringler quickly burst up to speed up on the left side. No linebacking there. Ringler, I think, kind of surprised there was no contact, and all of a sudden just lowered his shoulder and got about nice 10, 12 yards.
Yeah, that's a nice 12-yard pickup there. And again, he has such a burst that he stops, and then he could just start speed right away. And that's a little bit of the wrestler inside of him. The quick actions, they could turn around and move right away. So great job there by Josh. And like I said, 12, 13-yard pickup.
So that's a Edward Jones first down. Mark and Paul Colpin are Edward Jones representatives. 1st and 10 Grinnell, ball down at the 33-yard line for the Tigers. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Coffin in the shotgun, hands the ball off. Over the right side, running with the ball, that's Jack Hoops this time. And Hoops is met and spun back. Got down to the 25 and then met and pushed back. Again, Hoops making that effort, Dan, you talked about, trying to get loose but couldn't. And now we have a stoppage. What do we have?
Official timeout. But, great job by Cale Williams there. He stopped. He broke down. And I hate to say it, maybe almost a wrestling move where he found his foundation and made a good tackle instead of trying to swing and make a jump at it. So great job tackling there for Williams.
So an 8-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 2 for Grinnell. Ball down at the 25-yard line. That official timeout was to get a Washington player off the field. They noticed something one of the officials did. They are on the lookout for concussion-like or any type of symptoms that may indicate some type of injury. So they always err on the side of caution, so they stopped play. The Washington player had to come out. And 2nd down and 2, Grinnell. Coffin under center, turns, pitches the ball back to Caponzo, who's in the game on the left side. Gets a block from Ringler, and Caponzo, nice job at Washington to string that out. And Benny, one of the fastest guys on the team, if not the fastest.
Yeah, let's take a look at that on the Clarity Eye instant replay there. Comes kind of an end around, gets the pitch on the backside as he makes the swing all the way out. He has good speed as he gets to the sideline. So another great run there by Benny. Always nice to have that look at us on both directions.
That's our Clarity Eye Care instant replay, and that's good enough for another Edward Jones first down. Mark and Paul Colpin, Edward Jones partners. So 1st and 10 Grinnell at their Demon 22. Coffin hands the ball off. Ringler around the left side. Plants that foot, cuts back inside the 20 down to about the 16. Down in the Poly Eyes red zone. The Poly Eyes Pizza red zone. And that takes it down to, as we said, the 16. All right, very good. 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd down and 4. So Tigers trying to put the exclamation point on this one and get some type of points on this drive while chewing up a lot of clock. 2nd and 4. Coffin again hands the ball off to Ringler. This time Josh is met. Penetration. Couldn't tell who burst through there, but some player got right in there for Washington. Good penetration. Was that one of those stunts you're talking about?
Yep.
He came in.
Come around the backside. Tackle goes one way. They come right off the rear end, do a nice blitz.
So good play by Washington that time, and stuffs Grinnell. Loss in the play back to the 21. So a loss of 3 brings up 3rd down and 9 for the Tigers. They are within Jack Hoop's field goal range, if it should come to that. 3rd and 9. Coffin rolling out, takes a snap, looking. Now he's going to run. He has a lot of room to the left side. Inside the 10. Brady sprinting for that corner. Does he get it? No signal yet. And touchdown. Brady Coffin on a 21-yard scramble goes in for the Dairy Barn touchdown.
You can't say anything bad about that. In the first half, I gave him a hard time for not looking up the field and running with the ball. So good job to Brady there. Take advantage of it and take off.
Well, what's good to see, Dan, is too, even though he had all that room, he's still looking downfield trying to make a play to one of his guys, but then he finally saw that I got a lot of space, so I'm going to try to outrace everybody. He was able to do that. And we're trying to dial up maybe a replay of that here in just a moment.
We'll touch on it right after we get the extra point here.
All right. So Jack Hoops on to attempt that extra point. Out of the hold of Derek Doty. Wait the snap. There's a snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. And it is good. 31-0 Grinnell with the lead. 8:36 up to go. And let's dial up that Clarity Eye Cares to replay here. Here's going to come. You see Coffin there. Again, Cody Flowers giving us these shots. Coffin looking. And then he takes off and runs.
Comes right out of our backside as we kind of get a little bit of stall out and then ends up in the end zone. There you go.
He does end up in the end zone, so that's our Clarity Eye Cares to replay. And we'll just keep it here.
Let's go ahead and we'll just give him we'll give a quick 15-second shot. Just a reminder of that poly ice crunch. Maybe not. Nope, we're not going to see that either. What a night.
Technology is wonderful, folks, especially when it works. Can't really fall tonight. It is very muggy. I don't know what the field temperature is. Game time temperature was 88, and there was absolutely no wind. Dew point was up there around 80, 84, 85, real thick and heavy. And there has not been much wind at all night long. There's our Poly Ice Crunch commercial.
Always to see a good Poly Ice pizza. Even on a hot night, as long as you got the air conditioner turned down.
Oh, I'd take Poly Ice anytime. I'll do that for anything. Hoops for the kickoff. This time, no doubt. Last one left it short, got a return in, but this time it goes out of the end zone for a touchback, and Washington will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 20. Well, Dan, barring a miracle, the only thing you can really talk about if you're coach, because all coaches look for something, is the penalties. Had some uncharacteristic penalties, but again, you can chalk that up to, each crew is different. But still, you got to clean that up. And but the Tigers, barring a more than miraculous comeback from Washington, Tigers are going to come out of this 4-0 and get set to district play, travel to a very, very tough tradition-rich Solon team next week.
Yeah. One thing that's kind of surprised me, Chris, as humid as it is, we haven't seen anybody, knock on wood, go out with cramps yet. So
Cale Williams in a quarterback, takes the snap, throws out to his back, and wow, sniffing that out was a Grinnell Tigers.
Brock Heischman right there, stayed home, did his job, and picked them up right away.
And that's what we talk about. Maybe you can talk about this. The coaches you talk about, we got to be disciplined on defense, and that's a great example. He stayed at home, was in his gap, and took care of business.
Right now, as you're a cornerback, the worst thing you do is come up too close. So as you can see, Brock, he stayed about 4 or 5 yards, made sure that receiver is actually going to catch the ball or he's going to come down the field when then you got to start backtracking to go with him. So he waited for the catch, and then he went ahead and attacked.
So loss of 3 in the play, 2nd and 13, ball spotted down to 17 for Washington. 7:51 left to go. Williams back to pass, rolling to the near side, being chased. Now he puts on the sprint, and he just runs out of bounds. Good pursuit by the Tigers. That time I saw 23 out there. Jack Gallagher, among others, giving chase, and good move by Williams, preserving self and body, and just didn't try to turn the field, just stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, it's especially at a time like this when you're not on the upside. Why do something stupid out there and get yourself hurt, especially when you're already down one quarterback?
So nice little scramble that time. Oh, they dropped a flag on the field, I guess. Way back in the backfield. I now see the yellow hanky, and I did not see what the call was.
I'm assuming since Grinnell's kind of marching that way, that must have been a hold. See if I can go back and catch this here.
Well, the penalty was thrown by the umpire. So we're going to go with it was a 10-yard penalty.
Right here it is.
Oh, yeah. You can see a holding penalty there.
Well, we're not going to bring up the ill will of instant replay for that, but we will say that you could see it.
There was a hold, so 2nd down and 21 now for Washington. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Williams in the backfield. Takes a shotgun snap, turns, throws it out quickly to his end, and man, he is met right as he caught it. Wow. Espinoza with a catch, and he barely got that ball in. There was a Tiger right up in his grill.
It was at number 30, 37? Is that who was up there? They had such a group over there. I think it was Nolan McFarland was in on that.
But again, you talked about staying sound, and he read that. He saw the pass coming, and he just immediately sprinted and broke on the ball. Made a great play, and now Washington really back up against a 3rd down and 25. Ball back to your 6. The one thing you want to do if you're the Demons, you don't want to make a mistake in a turnover here. 3rd and 25, and now we have movement. We're going to take a timeout, I think, instead. Yep, timeout taken by Washington. We'll take one as well. Take a 30-second break as you tell you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports live stream network.
We're helping build your dreams at the Proline Building Company. Quality that you can trust in every building we construct. Proline is the place to know. We're committed to helping your dreams grow.
Back here at TT Craney Field. Tigers in firm control of this one. Going to go to 4-0 on the season. 6:40 left to go and counting. I mean, I'm not chalking up just yet, but it would take a miracle which hasn't been seen for a couple thousand years for this one to come back. So 3rd down and 25 here for Washington. See what they do here. Williams, the quarterback, he turns, hands the ball off, up the middle. And the ball was loose for just a moment, but I think Washington fell on it. Yep, Washington did recover that. So, again, that's just, we talked about you don't want to make a mistake down there. They almost turned it over and gave Grinnell a pretty big gift, but they hold serve, but now they will have to punt the ball away.
Yeah, and when you're standing in your end zone punting, that's always kind of something you're not looking forward to. The way that Grinnell's kind of spread out, I don't see a harsh rush here.
So Layden back to punt for the Demons. Jack Hoops back deep for Grinnell.
Spreading the count out, trying to get a little jump to get out of the end zone.
Boots it out of there. Fair catch, signal 4 by Hoops. About the 36 or so yard line. So Tigers will set up shop. 1st and 10 at their own, at the Washington 36-yard line. I do see some new faces in there on offense now for Coach Haydenfeld on that offensive line. See if we have a change of quarterback possibly as well. Eddie Harsheim would be the quarterback. And, yeah, Eddie is coming in at quarterback. So Kaufman's night is done. And both teams now going to their benches, getting some players in. As you have the district season you got to think about. Or check that. Is that Brady out there? Hand it off over the left side. No, Derek Doty was actually in a quarterback there. So 6-yard gain by the ball carrier. That was number 30,
Iverson.
Keaton Iverson. Down to about the 30-yard line. So Derek Doty now quarterbacking the Tigers. So 2nd down and 4 for Grinnell. 5:25 left to go in the game and counting. 31-0 Grinnell, as you see on our Curse Collision Center scoreboard. We'll have Coach Adam Haydenfeld up here on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network post-game show. Doty takes a snap, turns and gives the ball off. Benny Caponzu breaks through a tackle, cuts it back inside the 20. Right near the 25. Right down to about the 21, so just outside the Poly Eyes red zone. Did get a Edward Jones first down. Ball spotted down at the 22-yard line.
He just has a nice little flare. The one thing that's going to really kind of hurt Benny is sometimes he gets that one leg snag, and that's always kind of opens up if you're a linebacker coming across to finish you off. But as long as you keep your feet and keep a good stance running forward.
So 1st and 10 Grinnell at the Demon 22. With Derek Doty in at quarterback. Sets the troops. Takes the snap. High snap. Brings it down. Hands the ball off around the left side. That time came was Ethan Rowland with the carry. Demons did a nice job of stringing that one out.
Let's take a look here on the instant replay.
30-eye carries to replay.
Kind of a high snap, but good job by Doty. Bring it back down. Captures it in.
The Demons string that out. That's our clarity eye care instant replay. So no gain on the play. 2nd down and 10 from the Washington 22. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Doty in the shotgun. Snap. Gives the ball off to his running back again over the left side. This time he breaks through a couple tackles. A couple Demon tackles. Gets down right about the 20. Well, now they're going to move it to the. Okay, they're going to say a little bit of a loss again. So it's 3rd down and about 11 now.
Again, that was number 32, Ethan Rowland, on the carry.
So 3rd down and 10 for Grinnell. Tigers trying to take as much time as they can. 3:30 left to go here in the ball game. Doty sends 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Rowland in the backfield next to Doty. Doty takes a snap, turns, fires a pass out, and over the head. Try to hit his intended receiver out there, number 10. That's Aiden Hoops. Pass falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th down and 10 for Grinnell. See if Coach Haydenfeld tries a field goal here or what the play dial call is. Again, we will have Grinnell Tiger head coach Adam Haydenfeld on our post-game show. Post-game brought to us by the Tiger Sports Livestream Network, your source for Grinnell Tiger sports at home or on the road. Check us out on TigersLSN.com. So no field goal attempt. Tigers going to go for it here on 4th and 10 or so. Doty takes the snap, gives the ball off up the middle. Met the line, but now pushing forward inside the 20 to the 19. Does get inside the Poly-I red zone, but going to be stopped short. So Demons do make a defensive stand, and Washington will take over on downs. 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
I like to see that, though. I mean, I think we started with 6.5 minutes on the clock to get that next group of guys in there, because that experience, once we get into district play, you never know what the health of someone's going to be, if you're going to need that person to step up. So getting some experience in here, and just right up until now, it looks like that they're just starting to pull out some of their first teamers. So you're going to see a little bit of more of a blend here to see what 2 second team offense and defensive play is going to be like.
It's always nice as a coach, too, to get players in. They put the time into practice and get them into the game situation here. So give them some of that experience, as you talked about, Dan. So 1st and 10 Washington at their own 20-yard line. 3:01 up to go in the ball game. Cale Williams, the quarterback, turns, gives the ball off to his up back over the right side. Kind of slides through the hole there, gets out across the 20 to about the 21. Nice. Not much room there, but managed to squeak through the hole, picked up about 3. Nolan McFarland on the tackle.
Yeah, number 23 was also in there, Jack Gallagher.
So ball spotted down at the 22-yard line.
Coach Haydenfield's going to start swapping out some of the defensive players, too.
So 2nd down and 8 now for Washington. Clock continuing to move. Washington in no hurry as well. As we said, they got a long bus ride back down to southeast Iowa. Just shy of 2 hours. As we come up on 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Williams in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Gives the ball off to his running back. Tigers in the backfield, but he cuts back against the grain. Gets out to about the 25 before he's met and pushed back. So again, nice bit of recognition. As you said, started that play left, saw the hole, got back to the right, made some good gains.
Yeah, again, Nolan McFarland's doing a good job in there, playing middle linebacker, getting a good heads up, playing off those defensive linemen.
So about to pick up a 3 or so, so third down and about 5 for Washington. Again, Demons not in any hurry themselves. So 3rd and 5 for Washington. Williams in the shotgun, takes a snap, gives to his running back, tries the right side, squirts through the hole and gets out across the 30, about the 32, and that's going to be good enough for a Washington Demon. First down, as the Washington faithful show their support and appreciation below us. So a good gain there just to push up the middle end, nothing fancy, and good push by the line. He picked up the first down.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 Washington. Ball spotted down at the 33-yard line. 1 minute left to go and counting. And we'll see Coach Williams here telling everybody to wait. And 1st and 10 Demons. Well, what could potentially be the last play of this ball game. Williams, low snap, gives it off to his tailback, tries the right side, tries to cut back, and this time he's stuffed down in the backfield by the Tigers. Number 32 getting up off that, made first contact. That is Ethan Rowland, among others. And that should do it. Washington does not have to run another play. Play clock's at 28, game clock's at 20. Let's see what Coach Williams does here. Washington showing no signs of running a play. And I think this might be it. Yep, Washington's starting to unstrap the chin straps, and that's going to do it. 5 seconds left. Grinnell moves to 4-0 on this season with a nice convincing win, 31-0 over the Washington Demons here at TT Craney Field. We'll take this break. We'll take a 2-minute break. We'll come back with some recap, and we'll have Coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports Live Stream Network pregame. So 2-minute break. As you say, you're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
With rising premium costs, you might be tempted to pull back on how much insurance you carry. But it's still important to have robust coverage from a company you can rely on in case disaster strikes. We believe in neighbors helping neighbors. We've been a trusted source for quality insurance since 1909. We offer both personal and business insurance products, and we can help protect what you value most. You can trust in tomorrow with Grinnell Mutual. For more information, visit grinnellmutual.com.
At Ramsey Weeks, it's the synergy of insurance and real estate that makes our local office vibrant. At Ramsey Weeks, our success depends on yours in buying or selling property, in insuring your car, home, farm, or business. In your time of need, our success depends on yours. Ramsey Weeks Insurance and Ramsey Weeks Real Estate, 715 5th Avenue, Grinnell.
The Dairy Barn, located at 1810 6th Avenue in Grinnell. Stop by before or after the big ball game to pick up your favorite ice cream or flavor of the day yogurt. They also have a full line of delicious foods, including tenderloins, pulled pork sandwiches, popular chicken wraps, and much, much more. Don't have time to stop at the barn? Catch them on the move at some of the favorite events around Grinnell, or give us a call and try out our
Winning
catering.
is not everything.
Don't forget to check out www.dairybarngrinnell.com.
Also, a reminder, good sportsmanship is going to carry you through life. Please come see us at Northwest Partners. We're located in Grinnell. Give us a call at 641-528-6088. Love to talk to you about our community-owned health plan. $0 deductibles, out-of-pocket expenses for all of your services. Go Tigers, win now.
Back here at TT Crane Field on the Tiger Sports Livestream Network post-game show, Grinnell moves to 4-0 on the season. First time since 2012, we're told, as they win and defeat Washington 31-0. And just to recap the game, we talked about it at halftime, but Tigers started out, they took the ball, took the opening kickoff, went right down the field, a very methodical drive, a good mix of run and pass, getting a good push from their line, Dan Walker, and went down about an 8 or 9 play drive. And punched into the end zone, and, Tigers, just where you want to start out 7-0, or with a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, and, I think from there, they actually thought they had it figured out. They come back, went down, shut them down on a 4-and-out or 5-and-out. They had a penalty on that one, and then they ran back down, punt, return, and then brought the back down, thought we were going to get in. And then on that second drive, the Demons started to figure out. They shifted their defense a little bit. They started to bring over their linebackers, started to do some cross-stunning off that 44 defense. And, it ran us into a stone wall. And, we walked away with a PAT, or excuse me, 3-point field goal on that one. And that was kind of the roadblock. The second quarter was just kind of a stopping point where we couldn't figure out what we wanted to do. It was just kind of a rigid back and forth. And halftime there must have been some good advice given, because it was kind of a different game.
Yeah, and of course certainly hurting the Demons' cause. Their starting quarterback, as you mentioned, Logan McDowell, senior quarterback, he was out with an injury, and I think that happened somewhere towards the end of the first part of the second quarter, and they had to turn to Cale Williams, a junior, for the quarterbacking duties, and that pretty much took away any passing chances. They ran the ball almost exclusively, or what they did throw was just a little pass out in the flat, which, of course, obviously that limits you what you can do. It makes it easier for that defense.
Right, and, Grinnell had some good opportunities. They tried to spread that line out a little bit, and they started to get the ball up. Probably the broken pass to Brock Heischman was kind of the one that we thought if we could have had that pass caught, we could have finished them. We could have kept breaking things up, but once we had that broken play, and then they kind of tied back into us a little bit, and then it wasn't really the middle of the third quarter into the third quarter is where we started to figure out, and either the temperature and fitness kind of took over, and then Grinnell just broke loose.
So then, as you said, the second quarter, after Grinnell got that field goal, it was 10-0 for the rest of the first, and then most of the second quarter. Then Washington had the ball. They had like a third down and about 5 or 6, trying to throw a little out route, a timing route, and Brock Heischman from his free safety spot read the pass and picked it off. Had a pick six, got about the 25-yard line, ran it back 25 yards into the end zone for a pick six and a Tiger touchdown. They go into halftime with all the momentum and a 17-0 lead.
Yeah, and from there, you got to stop and look and say, where have we done something wrong? And you brought it up a couple times, penalties, having holdings on the outside as we're trying to go out on a pass play, and those are just breakdowns. There was more than 3 or 4 times where we could have been into a first down, and we got brought back, and we were putting the ball.
So we get to halftime. Tigers led 17-0. Washington took the first half or the second half kickoff, and Tigers did the job, got the 3-and-out, and from there, just as you said, John, Dan, they made some adjustments and able to pretty much score when they wanted to, got the running game going. Instead of looking to throw it downfield, one of the adjustments we saw they made was Brady went to quick pass to the outside, get his playmakers out in space. They got some yards that way, and just a nice mix. And again, obviously, with Washington losing their starting quarterback, really limited them what they could do.
Yeah, and I think some of it is I think the comments were made to maybe Brady at halftime is don't be afraid to run that ball when you have that open field. He stepped across and he passed on the other side of the line of scrimmage, got flag on that. So the second time we saw him, he stepped up and he stepped back. It's like he was looking for that pass out there. His eyes need to be looking at if I could get 5 or 10 yards. And as he did, he got, I think it was almost 27 yards on the last run where you open up your eyes and you take that run, and it makes all the difference in the world. And that's where a leader is on that field.
So then the second half, pretty much both teams, I don't want to say went to cruise mode, but Tigers did get a couple more touchdowns. And then that fourth quarter was just time for ground ball, basic vanilla plays, run the ball, grind the clock, eat the clock up. Tigers got it down there, went for it on fourth down. Washington made a stop, but then the Demons got the ball back. Both coaches substituted. Liberally got some guys in to get some minutes, and Tigers and Demons rode it out for a 31-0 Tiger victory. Still waiting for Coach Haydenfeld to make his way up here. I want to go over our sponsors one more time here. We're very thankful for their support for our Tiger Sports live stream broadcast. They include Polly Ice Pizza, Grinnell Mutual, Proline Building Company, Dairy Barn, Northwest Partners, Weldon Drywall, Prairie Lakes Church, Latitude Signage and Design, and Mayflower Community. Our business card sponsors include all of those folks, plus Turnkey Realty, Grinnell Firestone, Coriel Photography, Prairie Lakes Church, Clarity Eye Care, Mindy Holes, Exit Realty, and KGRN. And our specialty sponsors, the pregame by Cirques Financial Services, Quarters by Brent Nickel State Farm Insurance, Red Zone by Polly Ice Pizza, Touchdowns by the Dairy Barn, Timeouts and First Downs by Edward Jones, Mark and Paul Colpin, your representatives, and our scoreboard by Kurtz Collision Center. Looks like Coach Haydenfeld now is making his way up here and stopping to see some, I'm guessing, some family or people he knows from that area, but we'll wait for him. What a good spot to be in. First time since 2012, Tigers are 4-0, but now the second season, so-called, starts in district play, and you got the gauntlet. You got right at Solon, right out of the gate at Solon. Next week in the game, we'll have audio style, radio style, right here on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
Yeah, and for these kids, it seems like we've always had a bump in the road. Like I said, what was the last time?
2012.
2012. So, you have that little bump in the road where someone either knocks you down or you have a one or a 2 touchdown loss. But to have this ability to go in 4-0, that's a lot of momentum. And even when you're playing up against a good team, as Solon's going, they're a good team. We talked earlier, Chris, that you look at Solon, Williamsburg, and Benton Community, or Benton Community could be a wild card one way or the other, but definitely Solon and Williamsburg are going to be your 2 toughest notches on the schedule. And when you're looking at that you want to get into the district play, you can't have 2 losses. We saw that last year. You're the 1 card out, and there's always 3 cards that have a better opportunity than you, and it all comes down to how the RPI plays out, and it never seems to go in Grinnell's favor.
And I know the coaching staff made a point of that this year. They wanted to instill in the players, which I think Coach Haydenfeld's talked about a couple times, where we don't want to leave it down to the playoff formula, quadratic, multifaceted formula and quantum physics formula that they use to determine playoffs. We want to leave no doubt. And so I know the guys are focused, and really a pretty solid effort. As we said, the penalties, sometimes that's going to happen, but that can be cleaned up. And Coach Haydenfeld is making his way up here, so we anticipate having him here shortly. We can talk to him about that. But all in all, as you said, Dan, considering how hot it was, I did not see any cramps and didn't see any Tigers with any really bad injuries. I mean, players get dinged, and Nick, you played the game, I played the game. You're sore and hurt after every game, no matter what.
Yeah.
It just depends on, how you deal with it. So,
I was trying to preempt these issues that we had tonight. I was down on the field before the game started, and it is amazing that I'll make this comment as Coach Haydenfeld steps in here. The turf is a great atmosphere surface to play on, but Coach, what's the temperature differential on AstroTurf versus grass?
Well, I tell you, by the time the second game started tonight, it felt pretty good down there. I don't know. I don't know if I would have been wanted to be on it that first game. It was pretty steamy. Usually, I don't feels like it's about 5 or 10 extra.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Part of it was we haven't had many of those warm days yet, right?
Oh.
So as first one hits, and like, oh my gosh.
Well, and I hear stories of people that are in Des Moines, and they're talking how it's 68, 70 degrees.
Really?
It's not here yet.
Well, that's coming. I hope. I got to mow tomorrow, so at least that'd be all right for that.
So, Coach, it couldn't start out better for you. You took the opening kickoff, put together a nice drive, a nice mix, Brady leading the things, and Josh Ringler punches it in. And, just a great start. I know the cliches, we talk about that, but really to see you talked about the pregame, how you put together some things you think you can exploit, and it looks like your team executed pretty much flawlessly that first drive.
Yeah, we really focused on, our goals tonight, start fast, and we get the run game going. And I just felt like we had pockets in the run game, but we hadn't had the consistency that we were looking for. And I thought our run game was really consistent tonight. That was certainly the highlight of our offense. And just be methodical with that. We haven't shown that a ton, the ability to do that a ton this year too. I think it was 12, 13 play drive, something like that to start the game, and good football teams can do that.
It was nice to see the running backs actually reading their offensive linemen. Go up and that a play is supposed to go a certain way, but particularly to call out like Will Slagle, if a guy's going the wrong direction, he's got to go ahead and drive him that. And I saw a couple times where Josh Ringler went up like, oh, I'm supposed to go outside, but I'm not going outside because Will's taking him that way. And I think to have a back that could read that and be able to come back, and Josh's up and down speed is just it's phenomenal. I mean, the way I sit here and I watch, it's like he goes, he stops, he goes, he stops. You'd never know he's 200 pounds.
He's starting to get more comfortable there, and we probably did him a little bit of a disservice last year as a freshman. He just didn't get a ton of carries, right? He was playing a lot on the D line for us, and we made the decision not to have him play any JV or anything where he would have gotten a bunch of those carries. So it's we. Like I said, probably didn't get him enough carries as we should have last year, could have last year. Kinnick was pretty darn good for us, right? And so he's kind of playing catch up a little bit, and I think it's just each week he gets a little bit more comfortable there. You're right, he's really good at just the change of pace. His vision's really good, it was good to see some of our inside zone stuff. Our power and our counter schemes were really good for us tonight, and just get vertical, and then we can look to get to the edge. And he did a really nice job of that. Like Jack Hoops is a nice compliment there too. Jack's just he's gonna put his nose down and he's gonna get forward, right?
Yeah, it was nice to see Jack back in the game.
Yeah,
we didn't know what was all happening when he ended last week's game, so to see him come back in and be strong, and also see Kellen Harder back in the ball game.
Yes, it's it was kind of an up and down week for us health wise. We got some guys back, and then we got guys get a little bit some bumps and bruises in practice. So we're trying to be smart about things and. So, yeah, we had a little bit of uncertainty coming into it, right? But I think we made it out pretty healthy tonight, and it's a good place to be.
So, of course, the first drive, the touchdown, second drive, the field goal. Then after that, the rest of that first quarter and second quarter, Washington in that 4-4 defense, they started doing some funky stuff on the line. We thought maybe some stunts or some type of things that gave us some adjustments. So at halftime, you had the big lead. Of course, the pick six by Heisman was big. But what adjustments did you make to counter what Washington was doing defensively?
Well, we really just they did in that second quarter start working some twist stunt on with the D line that they hadn't shown a ton of. They'd shown some on the interior, but they kind of did some outside twists. And that number 7 was a really good football player. He's a 175-pound nose guard, but man, he made some plays, and we knew that coming in. But it's one thing to see it and know it on film, and then, this kid's quick, right?
Yeah,
just
exactly.
To make that adjustment on the field, and we were able to, slide some of our protection schemes and then some of our run fits to get another hat on him, and that was a big part of it. And the other part we talked about just the what's our mindset, right? What's our mindset? We ran the ball well first quarter. Second quarter, I probably went to the pass game maybe a little bit too much. Just trying to work on some things and then get some things down timing-wise. And we were real close on a bunch of them. And then, that second half, hey, let's get back to the run game. Let's get back to what's working and really work on putting a physical finish on the ball game.
Dan talked about it too. Brady Kaufman, that senior experience, he did have that one illegal forward pass, but his eyes are always downfield. But yet we saw him maybe abandon, not looking deep so much. He looked to throw outside, and then he also, I don't know if you told him this, but he suddenly saw that green pasture, just took off and does what Brady does.
Yeah, he's a really good football player, and sometimes he places a lot on his shoulders, right? He's got pretty high expectations for himself and expects him to. And every time we call a pass play, he thinks it's ending in the end zone. Right? It's just type player, which is a good thing, right? But sometimes it's let's take the 5 or 10 they're giving us, and doesn't always have to be a shot play. It was just he settled into it, right? And it was just, hey, here's what they've been doing. When we can get him out on the edge, when he tucked and ran, we gave him a little two-way go on the rollout, and he's pretty darn good. When he sees that green space in front of him, so it's been a nice addition to the playbook. We've gone to that a little bit more the last couple weeks.
So you're 4-0, first time since 2012. District play done or non-district play done at Solon next week. In a good spot health-wise. Again, we know about Solon's tradition. You're at their place. Shaped up to be just a phenomenal game, and you're going to enjoy this one. I know you know a little bit about Solon, but what do you just early impressions of that Solon game next week?
Yeah, it's a good spot to be in, right? You're 4-0 headed into your district play, and what we've done, as our guys' credit, showing up and being consistent week in and week out, and we've made the district games matter now, right? So we're in a good spot. We're right where we want to be. We go down. We take on Solon next week. They won the district last year. Hey, let's give it our best shot, right? Let's go down. They're a physical team. They run really well. I think they lost 9 or 10 starters defensively, but I think anybody who knows anything about Solon football knows that defense is never going to be an issue there, right? And they can all run to the ball, so we'll have to make sure we get in our fits and run our feet offensively. And then they're a little bit more spread out, chuck it around a little bit offensively this year. They do some nice RPO scheme type stuff, and so we'll certainly have our work cut out for us, but we'll put a good plan together. And we talk a lot about being a championship level program and then going and testing yourself in these type of ball games, and we'll be ready for it. And it's an exciting spot to be in.
Really is.
Yeah, this tonight was. This second half was enjoyable.
Yeah.
I mean, the first half, don't get me wrong, the first half was enjoyable too, but it's more as a person who's played football and coached football to see kids come out of a locker room that a strategic plan was given to them, and they took that plan and they adapted. And I saw a lot of adapting in the second half of the way these guys played, defensive and offensively. The Brock Heichman on defensive on their pass plays, he was being disciplined. He was staying 6-7 yards back off the line of scrimmage. But as soon as the ball was passed, he would make the attack. And I think he had 3 sticks right at the line of scrimmage or loss of yards. Mm-hmm. And that's, for me, that's someone on both sides of it. That's fun to watch. That's good football.
As you start to lean on people, right? The game goes on, and you continue to physically impose your will, and it's a really nice feeling standing on the sideline to be able to do that, right? It makes it pretty easy to send a call in here and there when you, even if the call's not right, you trust your guys to make it work. So it's a fun place to be right now.
All right, well, Coach, again, congratulations, 4-0 since the first time since 2012, and look forward to big things. First district game next week at Solon. We'll be there, and again, congratulations on the win, and good luck next week.
All right, sounds great. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yep.
All right,
coming up.
Grinnell Tiger head football coach Adam Haydenfeld on our Tiger Sports Live Stream post-game show, and that'll wrap it up from here. For Dan Walker, Lori Walker, and our camera person Cody Flowers, I'm Chris Juni saying good night from TT Cranny. Tigers get the win 4-0 on the season at Solon next week. You're watching high school football on the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network.
This live stream is a copyright of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network. Reproduction or distribution of this live stream without permission of the Tiger Sports Live Stream Network is a violation of the law.